granddaughter, what's your name now? Shaylin McCune is alongside of me here, and she is a future Evansville Otter. So anyway, it's great to be here. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to announce to you right now that my partner and the pilot of this ship, Sam, is now 22 years of age. Can you imagine being so talented at 22 years of age and Syracuse University graduate? And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, and I'm very, very honest in saying this. It is my honor to work with this gentleman. He is a fine gentleman, but he's an exceptional announcer, and I think the Otters are fortunate to have him. So, Sam, happy birthday.
Bill, I really appreciated the press box was too kind in getting at least everybody who noticed in the stadium to sing happy birthday to me. I really appreciated the kind gesture. But we got a baseball game here to play tonight. Back to the task at hand. The Otters looking to win their second in a row against the Schaumburg Boomers. It's going to be Spencer Medic on the mound for Evansville. Coming off of, by his standards at least, was a rough start his last time out when he towed the rubber against the River City Rascals last Sunday. And one thing that lacked in that game for the Otters was a little bit of run support. Only 3 runs scored while he was in the game. So it'll be interesting to see if the offense can follow up what was an 8-run performance back on Thursday and an 11-run performance last night. And we'll take a look at how the lineup is going to shape up for Evansville here this evening. Remember, Otters fans, this Evansville Otters lineup is brought to you by Mr. Quick Pick, here to provide you the roadside service you deserve. Call Mr. Quick Pick at 812-496-2321. David Cronin leads it off as always. This will be his 49th consecutive start out there at second base. Then Ryan Long at third. Travis Harrison's going to DH this evening with Brant Whiting hitting fourth and slotting in behind the plate. Then it's Jeff Gardner out in right field. He of the 2 home runs in yesterday's game. Austin Bush, the first baseman, hit 6. Zach Wells back into the lineup. He's going to hit 7th and play left field. Hunter Cullen out in center field is going to hit 8th. And then J.J. Gould, the 9-hole hitter, rounds things up, and the man in the middle of the order hitting 5th now, as we have a helicopter landing on the field, because why not? This is interesting, ain't it? But Jeff Gardner, who had 2 home runs in yesterday's game, the first multi-home run game for any with Jeff Gardner, the hero from last night. You've been listening to the Evansville Otters pregame show here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
Hi, I'm Bill Morgan of Bill Morgan Roofing and Construction. I've built a reputation of doing quality work that will stand the test of time. We didn't get here by knocking on doors, talking gibberish, or trying to be the lowest bid. You don't like to be sold to, and that's not what we do. My philosophy is simple: treating your home like it's my own, from start to finish. For roofing, gutters, siding, give us a call at Bill Morgan Roofing and Construction. Roofing the right way. 812-499-5892 or BillMorganRoofing.com.
I'm Billy Bolin, and I want to share some exciting news with you about Mickey's Kingdom. Back in 2004, our community came together to build Kids Kingdom, and I'm proud to say our community is coming together again. This September, we're going to build a larger, better, and more accessible playground for people of all abilities, including a swing and merry-go-round that accommodate wheelchairs. The original playground was 12,000 square feet. Mickey's Kingdom will be 20,000 square feet, have a poured-in-place rubber surface, and will climb higher in the air. If you would like to learn how you can help, please visit our website at mickeyskingdom.downtownevansville.com.
The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The Pizza Brick Road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the Pizza Brick Road. Road down to Tyroni's. The Pizza Brick Road. The Pizza Brick Road always goes to Tyroni's.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Evansville Otters pregame show on 91.5 WEV. Here live with Sammy the Bull Jelinek. Sammy, take it away.
Thank you, Jeff. You're right. That is Jeff Gardner giving me the intro to our next segment of the pregame show. Sitting down, talking with Mr. Gardner after a phenomenal performance last evening. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, a grand slam that really blew the game open. What was in that at-bat? They brought in a lefty who had actually hit Brant Whiting, the hitter prior, and then you face him and go yard. I believe you had 2 strikes on you, right?
May have had 2 strikes. It was something like that. I know that he just about hit me with that same pitch. If you go back and watch the video, I don't know how I hit it, but I was able to get enough of it and, you know, sneak it out over the wall for a grand slam.
And you mentioned sneaking it out over the wall. The right fielder, Ty Moore, got back to the wall, got time to set his feet, jumped, and when he went up, I held my breath for a little bit, and I imagine you were doing the same.
Absolutely. I was nervous about it. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous about it, and when he fell down off the wall, I was looking to see, you know, geez, does he have this ball? Please don't have this ball. Please don't have this ball. And then, you know, ultimately it went over, so it felt good, and, you know, it felt good to get back in there, get a second one, and just, you know, finally feel my swing working good last night.
Yeah, and you mentioned that second one. It went out to right center field, and I put my head down for a sec as it went over the wall. It caromed off some of the chairs out in right center, came back onto the field. Were you scared again or anything?
I was terrified. I was looking at, you know, at Bart, umpire, out there, and you know, luckily he had a good eye on it and was calling it, because the right fielder started playing it, and I was like, please don't tell him. Do not let me miss this right here. But luckily he had a good eye on it, and you know.
Yeah, it's a real nice, solid win for you guys after a tough series loss to the Joliet Slammers in the final game, losing 13-8. You guys come back the next night, put up even more runs than you did the night before. What's really clicking for the offense right now?
I don't know, you know, I think we're starting to get a couple guys that are swinging it, seeing the ball well, and we're starting to get some big hits with runners on base, and that's what we've been struggling with all year, is just the timely hitting. We haven't been able to get that done, and it's kind of been one of those teeter-totters where when one thing's working, the other thing's not. So if hitting can keep up and things can tighten up on the mound and on defense a little bit, I think we had a good shot.
And for you especially, you know, your numbers this year are very solid across the board, but when looking at last year's numbers, of course, it seems like they're a tick down, but however, you still got to keep the positives moving forward. You're now up to 9 home runs, I believe, 43 RBIs as well, very solid numbers. But when you look back to last year, has there been any kind of, you know, a little bit more pressure on yourself to try to produce like you did last year?
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, that's kind of why they're down a little bit. I put a little pressure on myself coming into this year, wanting to, you know, perform up to that level, if not top it. So a little bit of pressure there. And, you know, last night, honestly, going into batting practice, I just started swinging about 50% and taking it easy instead of pressing during batting practice and trying to hit it, you know, a million feet. And, you know, ultimately I was able to get out there and stay a little bit more relaxed in the box. I think that's where I've been going wrong, you know, all year. And better late than never.
And now you've got another familiar face in the clubhouse. Will be joining the Otters, just recently signed. That transaction will be out in the news later today. Jeff Thompson, right-handed pitcher from the University of Louisville, the second Cardinal who will be joining the Otters this season after Logan Taylor came and went. What's it like to see another familiar face in there to kind of get comfortable in the clubhouse?
It's awesome. You know, anytime you can play with a former teammate, you know, a guy that, you know, you've shared a lot of memories with. You know, Jeff, we've known each other just 8 years now. We were just talking about, it's crazy how time flies, but it's nice whenever you get to reconnect with old teammates. It's even more special when you get to play with them again. So I'm excited about it. I think he's going to help this club a lot, seeing him run out there on the mound and, you know, show the people of Evansville what he can do. He's a great pitcher, and I've seen him do some special things. I'm hoping I get to see some more of the rest of the season.
And speaking of the rest of the season, you guys have a kind of wonky schedule over the next week. You got a game Tuesday, off day Wednesday, but then a doubleheader Thursday, and then you guys come home for what will end up being a 4-game series against the Florence Freedom with another doubleheader tacked on Saturday. Going through the dog days of August, where you're going to be playing, you know, 2 doubleheaders in the span of 4 days. How do you try and keep yourself fresh in the middle of a pennant chase?
Jeez, I don't know. I wish I could say healthy eating, but I'm not the best at that. So, you know, just try to get your rest. And honestly, it's August is mental toughness month. You know, you're grinding through it. You got road trips, doubleheaders. You just got to push through and try to lock it in for a couple hours a night whenever you go out there.
Well, Jeff, best of luck tonight. Hopefully we see you around the bases a few more times.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jeff. You're too kind. You've been listening to the Evansville Otters pregame show here on WUEV 91.5 FM. The 2-2. Crushed in the air to deep right center field, heading back towards the wall. The outfielders look up. It's out of here.
Oh, it isn't. It's still in. Oh, wait a minute. No, timeout.
The umpires say it's a home run. The ball's back on the field, but it's the second home run of the day for Jeff Gardner. A 2-run shot. He's up to 9 on the campaign, and the Otters now lead 11-4. It's the first multi-home run game of the season for any Otters player.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank the Evansville Courier and Press for their support and coverage of Otters baseball. The Evansville Courier and Press provides news, sports, and weather coverage to the tri-state, both in a print and online edition. The Evansville Courier and Press can be found online at courierandpress.com, as well as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. The Evansville Courier and Press, a member of the Journal Media Group.
To you, happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, sir.
Welcome back to the Evansville Otters pregame show.
We're back on.
Just counting down to first pitch here from Bosse Field. Both managers going out for ground rules right now, and we'll preview the pitching matchup for you right here. It's Spencer Medic against Joe Hauser. Spencer's been one of the better arms for Evansville over the past month and a half or so. Ran into trouble his last time out, got torched by the long ball, giving up 3 solo home runs en route to his first loss of the season. 2 of those coming in the first inning, and what was kind of a weird situation against the River City Rascals. Spencer struck out the first 2 batters he faced in that game before Clint Freeman and then Mike Giorgello went back-to-back off of him to really kick things off nicely for the River City Rascals, and what ended up being a huge defeat for the Otters at the end of that series. And on the mound for the Schaumburg Boomers in this one is going to be Joe Hauser, big 6'6", 225-pound righty, 7-5 on the season with a 3.78 ERA, 92 2/3 innings. But like last night, where we saw pitcher Peyton Lobdell, his numbers were good, but he didn't strike out a lot of hitters. Well, Hauser's just the same. In those 92 2/3 innings, he struck out just 36 batters, walking 28 and giving up 102 hits. So this is a guy that's going to play into contact, and if the Otters, like last night, receive it and barrel up a few baseballs, some good things can happen. Spencer Medic, on the other hand, is almost the exact opposite of what Hauser is, a real strikeout pitcher on the season. He's got 45 in 38 innings, and if you collect his full numbers dating back to his time with the Joliet Slammers earlier this season, he's actually got 55 strikeouts in just 43 innings, so well over 1 strikeout per frame. Spencer 2-1 with a 2.84 ERA. Just 16 walks and 25 hits allowed. And his last time out, he struck out 9. Over his past 4 starts, it struck out at least 7 batters each time out, 9, 7, 8, and 9. The fewest he struck out in an outing this season was 6. So he's a guy who knows how to rack up the punch-outs. And oddly enough, last night, Bill, we only saw in total for the entire game just 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, so yeah, last night was a swing 'em, hit 'em, and run 'em last night. And onside of that kid from I want to make sure I got that right, from Louisville. He had a great night, two home runs, a grand slam, and 6 RBIs. I tell you what, as a ball player, you can't have a greater night than that.
Yeah, Jeff really led the Otters in that ball game, and you looked up and down the lineup. Really, everybody was contributing with so few strikeouts. A lot of balls were put in play. The Otters put a lot of pressure on the Schaumburg defense. Guys like David Cronin, he tacked on a double, had 2 hits. J.J. Gould, it was nice to see him get an RBI double as well as another base knock. Ryan Long, despite going 1 for 5, the numbers really didn't speak to the fact that he was hitting the ball hard throughout the night. And you hope that that kind of just carries on, that, you know, eventually those hits are going to fall in. If Ryan keeps on barreling up the baseball, he'll be fine. Travis Harrison, he wasn't getting pitches to hit, so he dealt with it. He went 1 for 2 with 3 walks. And when you're that guy in the middle of the order that's the leading RBI guy for this team, you got to know when there's pitches you can hit and pitches you can't. And he did a phenomenal job last night of setting up the guys behind him, namely Brant Whiting and Jeff Gardner, who knocked in 6. We're ready for the national anthem here from Bosse Field, so we'll take our final break and come back with first pitch from Bosse Field. You've been listening to the Evansville Otters pregame show on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 business days before any digging project. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
WUEV thanks the new Boca Lounge for their continued support. Boca features live jazz every Sunday, 2:30 to 5 p.m.
Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 and SMACNA, the Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association, have the most qualified sheet metal and HVAC contractors in the Evansville area. To find a list of our qualified union contractors, visit unionsheetmetalindustry.com.
It's time for Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM, WUEV. 3-1. Long, toward right, toward the corner, toward the foul pole and over the wall. Fair. Home run for Ryan Long.
1-0, hit high in the air to deep left field. This one's gonna tie the game. A 2-run home run for Toby Thomas.
Don't forget, Otters fans, you can catch every Evansville Otters broadcast on 91.5 FM, WUEV, online at evansvilleotters.com, and through the WUEV mobile app.
The Otters take Game 5 by a score of 1-0, and they are the 2016 Frontier League champions.
Now, let's go out to the diamond for all of the exciting action.
Welcome to Bosse Field. It's time for Evansville Otters baseball under a beautiful summer sun. It's the Evansville Otters up against the Schaumburg Boomers. Spencer Medic on the mound for Evansville in this one. He's going to be on the bump, and this is how the defense is going to line up behind him. Zach Wells is out in left field, Hunter Cullen in center, Jeff Gardner in right, Ryan Long at third, J.J. Gould at short, David Cronin at second, and Austin Bush over at first. And behind the plate, Brant Whiting to do the catching for Spencer Medic, and that forms the battery out on the mound. Remember, fans, this pitcher-catcher battery is brought to you by The Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at The Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or call at 812-475-9000. Jack Parenti's in the box to lead things off against Medic, and I welcome into the booth my partner for tonight, Bill McCune, with Medic starting into his windup. The first pitch of the game is on the outside corner, 0-1. Welcome, Bill.
Well, thank you kindly. Happy birthday, boy.
Thank you very much.
What a crowd we have tonight. I think they all knew it was your birthday, and that's why they came out today.
Medics 0-1's down in the dirt, and the count's even at 1-1 on Parenti.
It's one of the best crowds we've had at St. Vincent Hospital night, and I'll tell you what, they were lined up outside. It was hard to get a parking spot in the parking lot.
Parenti in the box, left-handed hitter. Medics the southpaw on the mound, his 1-1. Misses upstairs, 2-1 on the Schaumburg leadoff man. Medic coming into this ball game, 2-1 on the season, a 2.84 ERA. 6'3", 220-pound lefty kicks and deals the 2-1 pitch. Fastball just outside, and it's 3-1 to open up the game on Parenti.
Yeah, we can't start the game off with a base hit. A walk. That's one of the worst things in baseball. Leadoff hitter.
Pitch on the outside corner. Medic fires a dart in, and the count's full 3-2. Spencer normally pretty solid at limiting the walks.
Yeah, only 19. Not bad. 55 strikeouts, 19. That's not bad.
3-2 pitch. Lined into right center field. Cullen, the center fielder, going over into the alley. He has to play it on a short hop. Able to fire it back on in. Just barely able to keep it in front of himself as well.
Yeah.
Came awful close to attempting a dive, but instead played it short. And it's a leadoff single for Jack Parenti to open up the game.
I remember last night there was a shot in left center. I thought surely it was going to be extra bases, and out of nowhere came Hunter, and he made a beautiful cut. He is, the Otters have been very, very fortunate to have very good outfielders or center fielders.
First pitch from Medic to Weigel is on the outer third for strike one. Runner at first base, nobody out, start of the ball game. Parenti, the leadoff man, able to wrap a single into right center to open things up. And now it's Weigel, another left-handed hitter. Medic set at the belt. His 0-1 pitch. Curveball down and away, blocked by Whiting. Parenti stays at first, 1-1.
That's something you don't see very often. Whiting, the catcher, was a curveball in the dirt. Whiting looked at the umpire and say, "Here, give me a new ball." And the umpire said, "No, keep that one."
Medic looks over at the runner at first, and a move over there has Parenti dancing back to the bag.
You know, I watch professional baseball, and the ball, like they say, it just glances off the ground, and they want a new ball. I remember going back to high school, it was the same ball you used 3 games in a row.
Medic's 1-1 pitch. Sharp breaking ball, just a little bit low and outside, 2-1. And actually, if you ask a lot of pitchers, they don't like it when the catcher immediately asks for a new ball, because if you're a guy like Spencer out there on the mound, solid velocity but not great. He likes the ball to have a little bit of a scuff on it. You can get a little bit more movement. 2-1 pitch. Fastball upstairs, and it's 3-1 on Weigel. Hitting .313 this season, 6 home runs, 28 driven in.
Ironically, you say that because when there was a foul ball and I was playing and there was a foul ball, I'd reach back and get the umpire, and I would deliberately throw it in the dirt short of the pitcher's mound.
The 3-1 called strike 2. Weigel with a big windmill attempt of his throw with the bat, or attempted throw of his bat to the dugout, but he holds on to it with the strike call.
Right. I would deliberately skip it to the pitcher so that it would scuff it up. Makes a better curveball.
3-2 on Weigel. Medic set, throws over to first. They got the runner picked off, but his throw hits off of Bush's glove.
Got to be an error.
Parenti was running on first movement, and Medic's throw was on the inside of the bag to first base. It hits off of Bush's glove. Parenti up to second base. And now a man at second, nobody out, still 3-2 on Weigel. Schaumburg trying to score in the first inning for the second straight game. Payoff pitch. Fouled at the plate, a little defensive hack there by Weigel on a fastball running up and in.
Well, one thing we just experienced, Sam, was on a 3-2 count, the runner was going to be going. So does that indicate that's the type of play we're going to see tonight?
3-2 again. Bounced foul to the Otters dugout on the first base side. Weigel stays alive. Schaumburg plated 2 in the first inning yesterday. One earned, both were unearned. A sacrifice fly and then a throwing error from J.J. Gould at short allowed a second run to score. Now it's 3-2 still on Weigel. Parente out at second. Medic looks in for the sign, comes set. Winds in, deals the 3-2. It misses upstairs, ball 4. That means Parente taking second on the botched pickoff. Doesn't mean nearly as much now with Weigel getting the free pass.
I agree with you. I tell you what, sitting in this booth with you, you steal my thunder every time. However, it's a pleasure working with you.
Oh, Bill, the same to you. Now it's runners at first and second, nobody out. I just like to know I'm on the same page as somebody out there at least. I'm not sure if that's a good thing that it's you, but at least it's somebody.
Yeah.
2 on, nobody out for Sean Godfrey, right-handed bat. Medic deals the first pitch, finds the outside corner, a little cutter there from Spencer, and it's 0-1.
I tell you, there goes some signs. Now, I'm wondering why he didn't bunt. The manager just gave the sign to the third baseman. I don't know what it is, but we'll have to see.
Corners playing just behind their bases, middle infield at double play depth. The 0-1. Fastball way upstairs, and it's 1-1.
Okay, no signs whatsoever. I was going to say the manager gave signs to the third base coach. He gave some, but the batter never looked down there, so that automatically told you it wasn't a bunt.
Godfrey, a .266 hitter this season. The pitch. Bounced on the ground to short. Gould charges, fields underhand, flip to second, throw back to first is late. A little interesting to see Gould go with the underhand toss. He was a solid 15 to 20 feet to the right of the second base bag. They still got the force out with a throw on to first, well late to get the speeding Godfrey up the line.
I tell you, Sam, you're not going to like what I say, but I'm going to say it. He scares me. On every ground ball I see hit the Gould on short, he looks like he's got stiff hands. He doesn't have that smoothness of Ozzie Smith.
Not a lot of people do.
Well, I know, but Thomas did. Toby had great smoothness.
Now it's runners at first and third, 1 out for the most dangerous hitter in the league right now over the past week. Ty Moore, he swings at the first pitch, tops it out to second. Cronin charges, backhand flip to second, throw on to first. In time, a nice double play turned by Cronin and Gould to get Spencer Medic out of the inning with no damage. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. It's Schaumburg nothing and Evansville coming to bat here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krookemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krookemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krookemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
To the bottom half of the first inning we go with Schaumburg nothing and Evansville taking their first hacks. Otters are going to send David Cronin, Ryan Long, and Travis Harrison to the plate this frame. Up against Joe Hauser out on the mound for Schaumburg. And this is how the defense looks behind him. Zach Weigel in left, Sean Godfrey in center, Hardy out in right. Kenny Towns at third, Hartnagel at short, Parente at second, and Caleb Ferguson over at first. And then Miller Jr. behind the plate to do the catching and form the battery with Joe Hauser out on the bump. 7-5 this season, 6'6", 225 pounds, but he throws from the stretch from a sidearm kind of angle. Otters have seen him already this season, so they know kind of his arm slot, how his ball moves. Not great velocity, but a lot of arm side run that makes him difficult to hit.
Yeah, he's like a palm tree. Tall and
his first pitch to Cronin misses down and in 1-0. I get what you're saying. Kind of everything floats in the wind towards home plate.
Yeah.
Palm frond. His arms are almost like palm fronds.
Yeah, that's true.
Cronin leading it off for Evansville for the 49th straight game. The 1-0. Two-seamer a little bit downstairs, 2-0. David hitting 281 now. Had his average about 10 points lower, or 20 points lower, I should say, 2 days ago. But since then, he's been on a little bit of a tear. Now up to 281.
If he doesn't get a base hit, it gets a walk.
The 2-0 down and in for ball three. Cronin ahead in the count, 3-0. A leadoff walk would just be what the doctor ordered for Evansville to kick off their home half of the first. No score. David, a home run, 22 driven in. 7 doubles, a triple as well. 3-0 on him. Hauser looking to find the strike zone for the first time. Here's the pitch. And he does find the strike zone at the knees over the heart of the plate, 3-1.
I know last night I made a terrible mistake and said he hit a 3-0 count, and you corrected me with a 3-1 count.
And that's what we got here, 3-1, leading off the bottom of the first. The pitch. Laced foul on the left field side. That's going to end up into the seats. And the count's full, 3-2. Nothing.
And they didn't move too quickly over there on that foul ball. I'm looking in there, and some little boy got it, but I'll tell you, those fans just watched it. You know, getting hit with a ball can be hard.
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much. Payoff pitch. Down and in, ball four. Cronin with a wise eye there, lays off the two-seamer just below the zone. It's a leadoff walk for David Cronin in the Otters. And he's at first with Ryan Long now stepping to the plate.
Now, he had 1 walk last night. He had, 2 walks the night before. And now he leads off. That'll be, this is, well, let's see now. The second game he led off the game with a walk, but he got a base hit, I think, the other night.
He did.
Yeah.
Now Ryan Long, Cronin at first. The first delivery is a slider that hits Long on the leg on the way by. Started inside and never moved on Ryan. He'll take it, though. Glances off of him. He trots on down to first. Cronin pushed up to second. And the Otters have runners at first and second to open up the bottom half of the first without putting a ball in play.
Yeah. And Mr. Travis Harrison is the batter. And in as many years as I've been watching Andy manage this ball club, not this particular one, but this Otter baseball team, when he has the third or fourth batter, he very, very, very seldom ever bunts.
It's funny you mentioned that, because the last time Evansville and Schaumburg played with Joe Hauser on the mound, that was back in June at Schaumburg. Harrison at the plate, the first pitch, slider outside, 1-0. In this same situation, it wasn't a bunt, a sacrifice bunt, but Toby Thomas was at the plate, 2 on, nobody out. He laid down a perfect bunt for a base hit.
Oh, okay. So he looked for the base hit, not to move the runners over.
Correct. The third baseman was playing back, and he took it. The 1-0, two-seamer on the outside corner, runs back to the edge, 1-1. Travis having a very fine season, 285, 8 home runs, 45 runs driven in. That leads the club. And I imagine one of the reasons Andy hesitant to have Travis bunt here. Harrison's hitting .357 with runners in scoring position so far. Watches the 1-1, a hair too low, and the count's 2-1. Good speed on the bases as well as in the box now. Cronin at second, Long at first, nobody out, with Harrison at the plate, ahead in the count, 2-1.
Oh, this should be a perfect strike coming down the middle. And Harris should be ready, or Travis.
The 2-1 pitch. Two-seamer down and away, yanked outside by Hauser, 3-1.
It seems like Hauser's pitches, I'm going to say 80% of them have been low and outside to right-hand hitters. So, I don't know, he needs a little adjustment on that mound, or the catcher needs to move more into the batter.
3-1 pitch. Down low, ball 4. Harrison watches the sinker at the ankle. Second walk of the inning for Joe Hauser. The Otters have still yet to put a ball in play, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the cleanup man, Brant Whiting. As I mentioned, Toby Thomas laid down a perfect bunt against Hauser the last time these two squared off. Well, Hauser had trouble in that first inning, just like here, giving up 2 runs to Evansville, although both of them were unearned. Otters were able to put together 2 hits and error, as well as a hit by pitch and a walk in order to plate a run.
Well, I'll tell you, there's not much action from that manager or the coaching staff. They're all just leaning on that railing and observing.
Corners play in for Whiting, batting from the left side. Bases juiced, nobody out to begin the Otters' home half of the first. We're still scoreless. Hauser comes set, his first pitch. Bounce on the ground up the middle, heading beyond the second base bag. Nice backhand pick by the second baseman Parente, and he throws Harrison out at second. A run comes home to score, and that makes it 1-0 Evansville, but Jack Parente just saved another run from scoring with a nice backhand scoop behind the bag.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play. I thought it was going to go straight into center field. 2 runs to score and it'd be a base hit for Mr. Whiting. But that second baseman came up. He saved the day. I mean, a run scored, but still, it could have been worse.
Yeah, and even if he had just fielded that ball and put it in his back pocket, everybody advances 1 base, that's fine.
Yeah.
But getting an out on that could prove critical. With Jeff Gardner now at the plate in the first pitch. Frisbee slider onto the outside corner, 0-1.
You know, I noticed that Mr. Whiting likes to swing at that first pitch, and he's gotten a lot of base hits. I used to love to hit the first pitch myself if it was a strike.
The 0-1 ripped into right field. That's a base knock for Jeff Gardner. Scoring from third is Ryan Long. Up to second goes Whiting, and Gardner picks it right back up where he left off yesterday. A beeline out to right for his 44th RBI in the season, and it's 2-0 Otters.
Well, the funny thing is it wasn't a hit. It was a clothesline drive. I mean, don't put no clothes on that because wow.
That was an absolute laser off the bat.
Oh, I'll say laser is right.
Looks like Jeff's kind of finally heating up on the season, and no better time than the present.
Well, you know, he's batting lower in the lineup, and that might be a great thing because a lot of times the pressure is put on those ball players, and they just, you know, it's too much sometimes.
Now it's Austin Bush, runners at first and second, 1 out. It's 2-0 Evansville, bottom of the first inning. Bush, left-handed hitter. Hauser set, the first pitch. Fastball sinks down and away. Bush lays off 1-0.
You notice in the major leagues, a lot of times managers will move a guy from the second spot to the number 6 or 7th spot, and then they do much better because, again, there's not the pressure.
Bush hitting .250 this season, 4 runs driven in. Had 2 of those last night on a first inning 2-run single. The pitch. That off speed's there on the outside edge, 1-1. Yeah, talking to Jeff earlier today in the pregame interview, I didn't mention the change in the batting order, but you bring up the good point of he had started, I believe, about 50 straight games out of the cleanup spot before Andy moved him now down to the 6 and now back up to the 5 hole, and he's really thrived in those roles. The 1-1. Lined into right field. That's a base hit off the bat of Bush. Whiting's going to advance as far as third with not great foot speed. Also had to wait to make sure that ball got through. Austin Bush with an absolute rope into right. And the bases are loaded once again now with 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the first, it's already 2-0 Otters.
Number 24, the left fielder.
Now with the sacks full and 1 out, bottom of the first, it's 2-0 Evansville. It's Zach Wells' turn to hit. 2 hits, in the frame for the Otters. And the first pitch to Wells, two-seamer, can't find the outside corner, 1-0.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jamie don't have somebody warming up. I mean, here we are. 2 runs are scored. There's only 1 out. Bases are loaded.
The 1-0. Yanked outside again by Hauser, 2-0. Corners are playing in, or at least the first baseman now playing in for Schaumburg. Over at third, Towns playing behind the bag, and the middle infield's at double play depth.
Well, we've had 2 walks, but the 2 hits that we've had from Bush and from Gardner have been line drives. They're not just cheapies.
The 2-0 popped in the air to right field, not all too deep. Hardy getting underneath of it, gets a running start, makes the catch. Whiting tagging from third. The throw to the plate is late and a little up the line. Tagging and going from second to third is Gardner. Whiting scores. Zach Wells gets the job done, and it's 3-0 Evansville.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for anything better. An RBI, that's what counts.
Probably not what Zach was really hoping for on a 2-0 pitch. It still gets the job done.
I tell you, when I bat it, and I'm not trying to always say me all the time, but when I bat it, I would take that RBI anytime.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Zach obviously loves that.
At the end of the year, when they look and they say, oh, he batted 280, 285, but he had, 60 RBIs. Wow, great.
Now Hunter Cullen at the plate. Launches a first pitch at the knees on the outer half for strike 1. Now 2 outs in the frame. Runners at first and third, bottom of the first. It's 3-0 Evansville here. Hunter Cullen, the hitter. Left-handed bat, open stance. Rests the bat on his back shoulder, the 0-1. Slider starts on the inside corner and moves towards his hip. He takes for ball 1. Hunter's been heating up a little bit as of late. His average had been mired around the 200 mark for most of the season, but now up to 235 with 2 home runs and 13 driven home. The pitch. Fastball moves a little bit outside. Cullen with a nice take, and he's ahead in the count, 2-1. 2 hits in the inning for Evansville, a RBI fielder's choice, 2 walks, and a hit batter have produced 3 runs. Now the 2-1 offering. Cullen ropes it down the right field line, heading towards the corner. It is foul. Just a little out in front, and the count's even on him, 2-2.
I often say, Sam, that you judge a pitcher in the sense of how the batters are hitting. And when they're roping balls, that's telling you that pitcher is not missing many bats. So warm someone up because the firemen aren't going to help him.
Now, Hauser on the season doesn't miss too many bats to begin with. Less than a half a strikeout per inning. 2-2 pitch. Fastball down low. Cullen lays off. And the count's full again here in the frame. Bush at first will get a head start. Gardner at third stays put. 3-2 on Hunter Cullen. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Otters already up 3-0. Payoff pitch. Popped in the air, third base side, foul ground. Towns is going to give it a look, but he runs out of room. We'll do the 3-2 again.
Mr. Bush better get a better lead. He didn't actually break for second base until the ball was halfway to home. You got to, well, again, ground ball, base hit, he should be on third base.
Austin, a big boy over there at first, 6'6", 275.
I know, but he's got a break now, right?
Payoff pitch, rolled on the ground, through the hole on the right side. That's a base hit. Bush rounding second, heading for third. The throw there is cut off by the shortstop, back to first, and Cullen dives back in safely with an RBI single, and it's 4-0 Otters here in the first inning.
Oh, here comes the pitching coach now. A little too late. And still nobody's warming up. It's not bad enough that he's going to go out. But 1, 2, 3 base hits.
2 walks, a hit batter, and a fielder's choice.
I'll tell you what, in my experience in baseball, that's telling you something. And what it's telling you is Mr. Hauser doesn't have it tonight. Now, that's not to say he's not a good pitcher, but tonight he just doesn't have it. And they're leaving him in. They have to. There's someone else warming up. Unless, now we've watched in the last couple games, utility players, or I should say everyday ball players, coming in and finishing up on the relief job.
And looking through Hauser's numbers, there's a line from one of his games earlier this season that I have a hard time believing, but I think it actually happened. Back on June the 27th, Joe Hauser, the starting pitcher tonight for the Boomers, went 8 innings against the Joliet Slammers. Now J.J. Gould's at the plate. First pitch to him. It's a slider outside 1-0. Giving up 17 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts.
How many innings?
8.
Wow.
Throwing 141 pitches.
I tell you what, he must be in the doghouse.
Throw back over to first. Cullen back in just safely.
I guess he didn't eat his ice cream right.
And I'm going to give credit to Hauser. Despite that outing on the season, he's got an ERA below 4, which you wouldn't expect after something like that.
Yeah.
The 1-0 to Gould. Fastball runs inside, nearly hits him on the hands for ball 2. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. It's Evansville 4, Schaumburg nothing. Runners at first and third for the Otters. Cullen good speed over at first, getting a solid lead. Hauser set. His 2-0. Slider up and away, 3 balls and no strikes on Gould. I don't know about you, it almost looked like Hauser balked there.
I don't know about balking, but he aimed that ball, and he threw that like he was aiming it. And he did not throw it with any type of velocity.
The 3-0.
Now that one he did.
2-seamer at the knees over the heart of the plate. He gets one back on Gould, 3-1. JJ, the starting shortstop for Evansville, hitting .209 on the season, 4 driven home, including 1 yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you, he hasn't looked over at the bench yet, so...
2-1 runner goes, or 3-1, excuse me. Yeah. Rolled foul up the third base side, and the count's full. Cullen returns to first. We'll get a head start anyways.
You watch so many pitchers when they're in a situation like this, and they keep looking over the dugout like, when's the manager going to signal down there to warm up, and also when to come out and tell me, hey, give me the ball. But he hasn't looked over at that bench yet.
3-2 on Gould, the payoff pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Gould, the 9th man to come to the plate here in the inning. David Cronin on deck, led off the frame with a walk. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. 4-0 Evansville still in the first inning. And J.J. Gould at the plate, battling here with 2 strikes on him. Hauser ready. The next payoff pitch. Again, shot back to the screen. Gould fouls it off. 3-2 again.
It looked like that was a high fastball that might have been ball 4. But, you know, when you got 2 strikes, you got to protect that plate.
Bush gets his lead from third, Cullen from first. 3-2 again. Rolled foul up the third base side. Gould spoils the slider running away. And it's still 3-2.
What's that, 4 foul balls now?
Let me do some quick math. I believe that is, in fact, 4 foul balls in a row for J.J. Gould, battling here against Hauser. 8 pitches in the at-bat. 3-2 again. Swung on and missed. The inside fastball gets him. And Hauser ends the frame after 9 batters come to the plate for the Otters. And we'll go to the second. It's Evansville 4 and Schaumburg nothing here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Chapter 16 would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
Hi, this is Joe Townsend from JMT Restoration. We are proud to be a sponsor of the 2016 Frontier Champion Evansville Otters. If you ever have a mold or water restoration issue in your home or business, give us a call at 812-205-5384. JMT Restoration Service, where professional work meets affordable pricing. Remember, go Otters!
The top of the second inning we go. It's 4-0 Evansville. And looking back to the final hitter Spencer Medic faced about 20 minutes ago in the first, proves all the more important now, getting Ty Moore to hit into a double play, stranding a runner at third base to end the inning. Proves all the more important here as Evansville was able to put up 4 runs to take the lead. Leading it off for the Boomers is Kenny Towns, right-handed stick. Medic's first pitch. Fastball pops to the mitt on the outside corner, 0-1.
That was an outstanding double play. The Otters ended that first inning with
the 0-1 misses in the dirt, 1-1.
Cronin fielding that ball, and I'll tell you, it was just exceptional. The Otters are a pretty good team when they play well. How's that?
The 1-1, big swing and a miss by Towns, 1-2. You know, I've noticed they tend to win most of the games when they score more runs than their opponent. It's the darndest thing.
I know, that's a Yogi Berra one.
1-2 pitch. Fastball way upstairs over the eyes of Towns, 2-2.
For our old-time fans that have been listening to Otter baseball for the last 10 years, doesn't this guy remind you of Mike Radowski a lot?
The 2-2 in the dirt, taken by Towns, 3-2.
Got a good sense of humor and can come back at me all the time, and this is enjoyable. That's why I love being up here in the press box.
3-2 on Towns, the third baseman. Medic's payoff pitch. Dribbler up the third baseline, long charges, fields with the bare hand, throw to first in time to get Kenny Towns. A nice play by Long, eschewing the glove and going with the hand to throw out Towns for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I keep repeating myself. He's the probably the best third baseman we've got on this team. But, you know, I'd like to see him get a shot at shortstop. I wonder how well he could do at short. He's got the arm. He's got the hands. I'd give him a shot at short.
Now with one out, here's Colin Ferguson.
We always could bring Harrison into play at third. We could put Wirtz out there and Hunter and Gardner. That would be a pretty good outfield.
Ferguson swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. One out, top of the second, 4-0 Evansville. The pitch. Tapped foul over top of the Otters dugout off the roof of it, and it's quickly 0-2.
And I put Mike Radowski, Radowski, can you imagine that? Piscatelli behind the plate and Whining as a DH. That would be my lineup.
0-2 pitch to Ferguson. Curveball misses outside. Medic can't get him to chase, and it's 1-2. Ferguson hitting .245 this season, left-handed swinger. 4 home runs, 36 driven in. The pitch. Popped foul down the left field side. Nice job there by Ferguson, spoiling a good Spencer Medic heater on the outside corner. Stays alive, 1-2. One out, top of the second. Nobody on, and the Otters lead by 4. 1-2 again. Swung on and missed. Medic picks up his first strikeout of the game, getting Ferguson to chase a curveball down and away for the second out of the second inning.
And up comes Hardy. Sam, I got to tell you a little story. I was out there getting one of those delicious Chris Gunn hamburgers earlier, and this young man was in line before me, and he grabbed 2 of those hamburgers, and he said he enjoys them. So
first pitch to Hardy. He watches down the middle, a fastball 0-1.
So I told him, I said, what's your name? He said, Clint. I said, okay, Clint. I said, well, you get up the bat. I'm going to tell him about those hamburgers.
The 0-1 pitch. Flown in the air to right center field, falling fast. Cullen over into the gap. He'll have to cut it off before the warning track. Hardy around first, trying for two, and he'll be in there with a feet first slide. A little extra strength from the pregame hamburgers. He's into second with a double.
I'm gonna go. We got to tell Chris Gunn, hey, cut out the ketchup. I think it was the ketchup that gave him the extra oomph. But I tell you, he had a nice stride. If you notice, he's going like a Kentucky horse going into second. He had a beautiful stride.
Hardy just off the DL earlier today to fill a roster spot voided by a player, Chris Hall, who was just picked up by the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
Now Darryl Miller Jr., the catcher. Runner at second, 2 outs, top of the second inning. Otters lead 4-0. Medic's first delivery. Fastball on the inner third, bell tie for strike one. Miller getting his first start of the series, sat out yesterday. 6 for his last 15, 2 doubles, 6 driven in. Open stance from the right side of the plate. Medic checks the runner, the pitch. Roped down the left field line, hooking towards the corner. It's gonna go foul. Got a lot of that one, but out in front, and it's 0-2.
I don't know if you knew it, Sam, or not, but you know Chris Gunn is the fastest gun in town?
Really?
I like that.
0-2 on Miller. Medic's pitch. Fastball tapped on the ground to third. Long charges in on the grass, picks it up, throws wide of first. Bush off the bag, fields it, and steps on the base with Miller pretty slow down the line for the final out of the inning. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's Evansville 4 and Schaumburg nothing here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krugemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krugemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krugemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krugemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krugemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krugemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krugemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krugemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krugemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krugemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krugemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krugemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krugemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
To the bottom half of the second inning we go. It's the top of the order again for Evansville with Joe Hauser back out there on the mound for Schaumburg. And hey, Otters fans, whether you're searching for an exquisite diamond engagement ring, diamond anniversary band, dazzling earrings, or a gorgeous diamond bracelet, Krugemeyer & Kahn is the place for extraordinary value and a pleasurable experience. Krugemeyer & Kahn, a supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. Hauser faced 9 men in the first, allowing 4 runs on 3 hits, walked 2 batters, and hit a man. And now comes into the second with David Cronin leading off for the second straight frame. Cronin walked to lead off the first inning and came around to score on the Brant Whiting fielder's choice. Saw 5 pitches, 4 out of the zone. Cronin strides in from the left side, a 281 hitter. Hauser from the stretch, his first pitch. Fastball on the outer third for strike one. Hauser went with a little slide step there as opposed to the higher leg kick. Got it over to jump ahead of Cronin. The pitch floats high and outside. Cronin gets the count back to even 1-1.
How many pitches has Hauser thrown? I'm going to say 36.
Just a little behind there, 39.
Wow. I should have went with my first 38.
The 1-1. Cronin taps it on the ground up the first baseline. That's going to trickle foul. Now down to the count 1-2. On a positive note, Hauser did end the first inning with a strikeout. We'll see if he gets any momentum from that. The Otters hoping to, however, build upon their already 4-0 lead.
Yeah, but get that strikeout. JJ had 4 foul balls and a 3-2 count.
The 1-2 laced foul into the screen.
So let's say 10 pitches. It took 10 pitches to get the strikeout. That's adding 2 and 2 and pi-r squaring it and coming out with the multiple.
1-2 again. Rolled back towards the on-deck hitter, Ryan Long, trickling into the dugout. Cronin spoils another one. Still a ball and 2 strikes on him, leading off the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Evansville early on here from Bosse Field on what is a gorgeous Saturday evening. Shadows covering the majority of the field now. The pitch lined into left center field. That's going to be down and roll for a while. Cronin around first. He'll have 2 at least. Left fielder Weigel picks it up at the fence. Cronin steps on second. He's heading for third. He dives. He is safe at the bag as the throw trickles by the third baseman. Backed up by the pitcher Hauser. It's a leadoff triple for David Cronin, his second of the season. And the Otters are cooking again here in the bottom of the second inning. Already up 4-0.
And with us in the press room or at the radio booth is the most beautiful young lady I ever met in my life, Shaylin Marie McCune, my great-granddaughter, and she is eating ice cream.
I'm jealous.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dippin' Dots. Oh, boy.
The ice cream of the future.
Oh, okay. Dipping Dots.
Yeah. It's ice cream in little pellets.
Oh.
Now with a runner at third, nobody out following the Cronin leadoff triple. Infield's going to come in for Ryan Long. Hit by the first pitch he saw in his first at-bat. The first pitch. Fastball glides over the inside corner for strike one.
Sam, this is the 4th generation of McCunes to be at Bosse Field.
Wow.
Yeah. Myself, my son, my grandson, and now this beautiful young lady.
The 0-1. 2-seamer tails just off the outside edge to Long, and the count's even at 1. And Ryan hitting from the left side, 280 on the season. 7 home runs, 35 driven in.
He hit one last night as far. ...400-foot sign, or actually it was about 2 feet shy of the 400-foot sign.
1-2 on Long. Cronin at third, nobody out. Catcher sets up well outside. The pitch ends up well outside off the plate. Long takes in. The count's even at 2. You're eyeing up that ice cream pretty good, Bill.
Well, yeah, I never seen that before. Dippin' Dots. Oh, boy.
Break-even pitch. Long dribbles it down the first base line. That's foul. Able to spoil a slider at the ankle. Still 2-2.
You know, I haven't caught up yet with the technology of today, Sam. I got one of those telephones, and I still don't know how to work it. And they say, well, why don't you buy an iPhone? What do they call it, iPhones or whatever?
An iPhone.
I say, heck, I can't work a telephone, let alone an iPhone.
2-2 again to Long. Fouled back to the screen. They'll see another pitch here. That'll be the 7th of the at-bat. Ryan really putting up a good fight here against Hauser.
You know, I can remember going back about 40 years or 45 years ago and being in the front office of the high school, and They said, well, why don't you learn about computers? I said, oh, listen, that's what you got secretaries for. Don't bother me.
Break-even pitch. Slider in the dirt, long lays off, and he's worked it to full 3-2. A real quality at bat from Ryan. With a runner in scoring position at third, nobody out. Cronin reaches for the second straight time tonight.
I hope Ryan doesn't assume that it's going to be a fastball down the middle and automatically, you know, project the swing before he sees the ball.
Middle infield now moving back for the Boomers. Corners stay in. Payoff pitch. Bounced off his foot in the box, got a heater and slammed it straight into his front foot.
And if you notice, Sam, and I know you do, you notice everything. You probably know how many gloves they got in their back pocket. But anyway, Ryan just met that ball. He slapped. He didn't take that home run swing. And that's good. That's what you call in the scouting department a defensive hitter.
And Ryan, what's great about him is he does have that ability to, when he's in a hitter's count, to dip back into that power that we've seen and really turn on a ball if it's necessary. But here, just looking to get Cronin home from third with nobody out. Middle infield back, corners in, and the count full. The payoff pitch. Outside ball for a real nice at-bat from Ryan Long. On the ninth pitch, he watches it outside, draws the walk. That's the third walk issued by Hauser already.
I don't know. I tell you what, he must have gone on the bus the wrong way because he's in the doghouse. How can you allow him, 3 walks, a hit batter, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, but you've got 4 runs, and there's no outs, and the runner's on first and third.
Harrison now at the plate, walked his first time up. Right on right matchup, the first pitch. Slider down and away. They appeal out to second. Harrison checked his swing in time.
I don't know. That was close.
That was very
close. I think I would have called a strike. And you know, I'm prejudiced.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. The 1-0 home. Slider almost in the same spot. Harrison learns his lesson and stays off again, 2-0. Travis, the best RBI hitter the Otters have to offer, 45 on the season. 8 home runs, hitting .357 with men in scoring position. It's 4-0 Otters, bottom of the second inning. The pitch. Little liner over the head of the shortstop, Hartnagel. He jumped for it but can't bring it down. Cronin scores from third, long up to second. It's an RBI single for Travis Harrison, and it's 5-0 Evansville.
And as I look down there in the dugout between the coaches, not one has moved. That's amazing. You know, they're all leaning, all 3 coaches are leaning on that railing, all wearing those black warm-up jackets or shirts, whatever you want to call them.
Have to imagine the bullpen might be depleted.
Yeah, whatever. I'd use it, even if I had to use it in the everyday ball player.
Now Brant Whiting brought home a run with the fielder's choice his first time up and watches a first pitch slider down low, 1-0.
What's the most runs we've scored this year?
Most in a game was, in fact,
is it
11.
11.
Which occurred last night, but also happened against Gateway as well. 1-0 pitch to Whiting. Crushed in the air to deep right field. Hardy going back at the track. He shortens up and makes the catch. Long tagging from second. He'll advance to third. Whiting tattooed it. But all he gets is a fly out for his troubles. Harrison stays at first, long up to third. And it's men at the corners with 1 out for Jeff Gardner. Gardner roped a single into right his first time up for an RBI. It's 5-0 Evansville, bottom half of the second inning here from Bosse Field. Otters looking to build upon their 11-6 win in last night's game. Gardner at the plate, left-handed hitter. Hauser comes set, his first pitch. Swung on and missed. Gardner out in front of the changeup, and it's 0-1. Harrison at first, a threat to run, long over at third. Travis has stolen 13 bases on the season. Middle infield at double play depth. The pitch. Fastball misses downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike on Gardner. Now 8 for his last 20 and even 400 batting average through his past 5 games. One offering, hits Gardner on the back foot, tried to jump out of the way, but it still nicked him going by. That's the second hit batter for Hauser in the game, and that loads the bases here in the game once more for the Otters. 1 out in the bottom of the second, already up 5-0, and it's Austin Bush's turn to hit.
You know, I had a good talk with Tim Calderwood, the radio announcer for the Slammers, or for Schaumburg, and I tell you, we reminisced about Mike Rondowski. He was, I'll tell you, it seems like everybody loved Mike, whoever had the experience of knowing him.
Bush at the plate, Hauser's first delivery, slider ankle high, he lays off 1-0. The bases are loaded, 1 out, bottom of the second. It's already 5-0 Otters, looking to blow it open early here.
I tell you, Bush got a real good shot the last time up.
Rocketed a single to right.
Yeah.
The kick in the 1-0, big swing and a miss. Trying for the grand slam, but out in front of the changeup. Hauser levels the count at 1.
Well, I tell you what, he hit one last night. That's the farthest one I've seen him hit. It was up against the Ritchie side, about 390, and that's the longest ball I've seen him hit, which probably would have been a home run in a college ballpark.
Bush, 6 hits as an Otter thus far, all 6 singles. Looking for his first extra base hit. The kick in the 1-1. Slider in the dirt off the glove of the catcher, Miller. That'll bound away. Coming home from third to score is Long. Everybody else moves up a base as well. With the ball trickling towards the Boomers' dugout. A wild pitch. The Otters score their 6th run of the game and lead it now 6-0 in the bottom half of the second.
You know, I hate to say this, but I was looking at Darryl Miller Jr.'s thighs, and they're kind of stocky, and it reminds me of myself when I was in high school, and they used to call me beer barrel legs. I didn't realize I was looked that way.
Infield comes in now for Schaumburg. The 2-1 pitch, bounced foul to the Otters' dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on Bush. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Otters up 6-0 in the bottom of the second, looking for more. Bush already a single to his name, big left-handed hitter. Here it comes, down and in off the mitt of Miller, rolls between Bush's feet, and the count's full on Bush, 3-2. Only 1 out here in the frame, and that was on a warning track fly ball off the bat of Brant Whiting. Other than that, triple, walk, single, and a hit batter. Wild pitch has produced the second run of the frame as well. The payoff delivery fouled back to the screen. Bush doing a nice job there with a fastball tailing away. Spoils it to the screen, still 3-2. Harrison at third, Gardner at second. Infield in on the grass for the Boomers. Hauser offers up the payoff pitch. Hit high in the air to center field, not all too deep. Godfrey a few steps back, now settles underneath of it. Harrison tagging from third, he's gonna score. The throw comes into third base, cut off by the shortstop Hartnagel, with Gardner staying at second. It's a sacrifice fly for Austin Bush, and that makes the Otters lead now 7. They're in front, 7-0.
And I tell you, there we go back to that thing, Sam. I'd rather have an RBI. It's nice to have a base hit, but an RBI, that means you're contributing to the team.
And Bush does the job there with 2 strikes, able to get a fly ball deep enough to produce a run. With Jeff Gardner still out at second, 2 outs, it's Zach Wells' turn. First offering to him, a slider on the outside corner, 0-1.
And I tell you what, here's the pitching coach talking to number 24, whoever he is, and nobody's warming up.
Hauser set, uncorks the 0-1, bouncing ball to third, a room service hop for Towns, who fires over across the diamond to retire Wells for the final out of the inning. Otters put up 3 more, though. We'll go to the third. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg nothing here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
The local area Pepsi Bottling Group distributors would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Featuring Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the Tri-State, the Pepsi Bottling Group has 3 Tri-State locations at 901 East Diamond Avenue in Evansville, 2605 West Main Street in Marion, Illinois, and at 3081 Kentronics Drive in Owensboro. More information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
The Evansville Otters would like to thank Sinorama Evansville for their support this season. Sinorama Evansville is a multi-application supplier of custom-made signs, banners, and decals in the Tri-State. Located at 1300 North Royal Avenue in Evansville, Sinorama is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can be reached by phone at 812-477-7763 and can be found online at sinorama.com/in-Evansville. Sinorama Evansville, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Hardy Highlanders present the 2018 Southwest Indiana Highland Games. Saturday, August the 11th at Angel Mounds will bring fun for the whole family, including a beer garden, kids activities, and music by Highland Rain. The event will begin at 8 a.m. with the Braveheart Kilted 5K and continue throughout the day with a true Highland experience. For more information, visit hardyhighlanders.com.
To the top half of the third inning we go. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg nothing. Spencer Medic with more than enough room to work with here, and he'll be dealing to 9, 1, and 2 in the Boomers order. Michael Hartnagel leads it off for Schaumburg. First pitch to Hartnagel. Fastball right down the middle, bell tie for strike 1. Hartnagel, the shortstop for the Boomers, hitting .271 this season. Right-handed bat. Medic rocks and deals the 0-1 pitch. Shortens up to bunt, but takes a fastball a little high, 1-1.
Oh, Dippy Dots.
The 1-1 swung on and missed. It's 1-1 ball and 2 strikes. Bill, that is some real keen analysis there.
Oh, boy. That's a beautiful day at the ballpark.
Medic twirls the 1-2. Fastball tails outside. 2-2 on Hartnagel.
I tell you, when everything's going good, you can have a good time. It's only when things turn sour that you wish the game would end early.
Medic from the third base side of the rubber into his wind. The 2-2 pitch. Chopper out to third, long on the big hop, fields onto the grass now, fires a strike over to Bush at first to retire Hartnagel. 5-3 in the putout. First out here in the top of the third inning.
Now, you've experienced several third basemen, Sam, and I'm not trying to convince you, I'm just asking you, but of all the third basemen you've seen try out at third base for the Otters, would you assume, or would you state that Ryan Long's the best?
First pitch home to Jack Parentes on the inner third for strike 1. For me personally, I really like the glove of Manny Cruz down at third. Obviously, he's with Joliet now.
Right.
But of the guys we have right now, yes, Ryan at third is probably the best way to go. Now the 0-1 to Parente. Curveball misses off the outside corner, 1-1.
Well, Manny used to have a habit of he would kind of knock the ball down and then pick it up and throw you out.
Whatever gets the job done.
That's, I'm just going to say.
1-1 pitch. Rolled foul towards the Otters dugout off the fencing in front of it. 1-2.
I'm going to say a gentleman that I know you never saw play because it was way, way, way before your father's time, and that is Kenny Keltner. Played third base for the Cleveland Indians in 1948.
The year they won the pennant.
Yes, they did. And my good friend, my neighbor, Allie Clark, was the right fielder.
1-2, curveball misses in the dirt. Parente lays off 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But Kenny Keltner would play third, and I think he purposely wore a chest protector because he'd let the ball bounce off his chest, then pick it up and throw you out.
Parente singled his first time up, left-handed bat. The pitch. Line to first, but speared by Bush going towards the hole. The first baseman flags it down at eye level, using the full 6 feet 6 inches of his frame to haul in the laser off the bat of Parente, the second out of the inning.
He doesn't, Mr. Bush doesn't have the moves of that famous dancer, Dennis, or not Dennis, Astaire anyway, Fred Astaire, but he does move kind of smoothly for his size.
Now it's Zach Weigel, first pitch to him, a heater on the inside corner, 0-1. 2 outs, top half of the third inning. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg nothing. Medic into his wind, the 0-1 pitch. Curveball hit hard on the ground to second. Cronin knocks it down, tries to pick it up, but drops it from his bare hand. That'll go down as an error for Cronin out at second base, the second straight game with an error for him.
I tell you, we had, that's, correct me if I'm wrong, that's 10 errors in the last 3 games. 4-4-2.
Only 1 so far on the board. They did not rule an error on Bush since the runner was already going up to second base in the first inning.
Oh, okay. All right.
So 9 the total, and now Sean Godfrey takes a first pitch fastball inside 1-0.
Was an error, but they corrected it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
They ruled essentially in the same vein. If a catcher's throw down to second, now the 1-0 misses down and outside to Godfrey. If a catcher's throw up to second, still fielded by the second baseman, but it's well off the bag, even though the runner stole second and with a good throw would have been had, you don't give him an error for that. Kind of along those same lines of thought. Medic set, the 2-0 pitch. Skied in the air out to left field, pretty good carry. Wells over into the alley, but it's the center fielder, Hunter Cullen, just in front of the left center field warning track to haul it in and retire the side. Spencer Medic with 3 shutout frames. To the bottom half of the third inning we go. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg nothing here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
Since
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
Otters fans, Thunderbolt Pass Golf Course has the best golf rates in town. Now offering 18 holes with a cart for just $18. Don't forget the dollar drafts and $5 pitchers of ice-cold beer. Come and visit the Bolt Thunderbolt Pass Golf Course, a supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. To the bottom half of the third inning we go. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg nothing. And Joe Hauser stays in the ball game, presumably now at this point, just trying to eat some innings and save the bullpen in a game that the Otters have stormed out in front on with a 7-run lead.
Would I be correct in saying that he is the pitcher of record?
I would say so. Hunter Cullen leads it off for Evansville, left-handed batter. Swings at the first pitch and tops it on the ground to first. Ferguson in on the grass, fields it, and goes to the bag himself to retire Cullen. One out, one up, one down for the Otters. First time in the game that they've been unable to get the leadoff man aboard.
Oh, and here is Mr. JJ. It took 10 pitches to strike him out the last time up. 3-2 count. He fouled off 4 pitches and then swung at a high pitch for a strikeout.
Got tied up inside. The first pitch to him, Hauser fires a strike over Bell tie, 0-1. Gould 0-for-1 with that aforementioned strikeout, hitting .209 this season. Right-handed batter, no batting gloves. Hauser from the stretch. Kicks and deals the 0-1. Topped foul down the third base side, 0-2.
Oh, JJ's from Sarasota. We got a lot of Florida guys.
More than a few. Florida, California.
I don't think we have anyone from Fort Pierce, though. It's Fort Myers.
0-2 quickly on Gould. Hauser set. Winds and delivers the pitch. Down and in the dirt. Miller Jr. can't make the block, but it doesn't matter with Gould laying off. A ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Fastball inside. That hit Gould on the wrist. Drops the bat bent over at the waist at home plate. That's never a good sign, getting hit in that area.
That's the third hit batter. I tell you what, he's got to be like an Oreo. You can't indicate you're hurt. I mean, what are they saying, he wasn't hit?
So he gets first base.
You know, my son was here a couple weeks ago and reminded him, or I shouldn't say, they reminded me of him playing football one time. And I used to tell my children, don't show you're hurt because they take you out of the lineup. And this one night I said, get back in there. That night he was crying all night long, took him to the hospital. He had a broken arm. and I said, get back in there.
You don't see the flaw in the thinking?
I was a mean daddy.
Gould at first, the third batter Hauser's hit tonight. The lineup turns over for David Cronin, yet to be retired, 1-for-1 with a triple. First pitch from Hauser is on the outside corner, 0-1.
You remember that famous Yankee.
Lou Gehrig.
He got out of the lineup, never got back in.
Well, he wasn't the famous one. Wally Pipp.
Yeah, that was the famous guy.
0-1 pitch. Lined into left field, but the left fielder Weigel doesn't have to move very far to field it. Hit right at him. Puts it away. Cronin finally retired tonight. Line drive out to left. Second out of the inning.
I was playing in Eau Claire, Sam, 1953. 2 broken ribs, 2 broken fingers. I was the only catcher. Most of the time I was the only catcher on the team. And finally we signed a 17-year-old kid out of high school, and he played, and Rex Carr was the manager. And he arrived, and I said, Rex, let the kid catch and let me have a couple days rest with the broken fingers and the broken ribs.
First pitch to Long. He swats at it, fouls it back for strike 1.
And Rex told me he was the manager. He'll decide who plays. So I caught that night. Next night, the kid caught. I was so grateful. A couple nights later, the kid was catching. I'm grateful. Finally, I went to Rex.
0-1. Slider inside. Long thought about swinging, but holds up 1-1.
Finally, I went to Rex. I said, Rex, I'm ready to get back in the lineup. He said, you don't remember what I told you. I'll decide who plays and who doesn't. I never asked to be taken out of a lineup after that.
1-1 offering. Long swings, shoots it back to the screen, ricochets off the brick wall and onto the field of play in front of the mound. 1-2 on Long. Runner at first, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. Evansville in front, 7-0. Hauser rocks and delivers the 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. Long leaves it there. And the count's even at 2 apiece.
Well, it's a beautiful night. There's no sun shining. Flag is just fluttering a little. The Otters are up 7-0. And I'm with the happy birthday kid, Sam, 22 years old today.
Long's been hit by a pitch and walked. The 2-2 called strike 3. Looked like he was looking for the fastball, got the slider, rung up looking with no argument. The second strikeout of the game for Long. And we'll go to the fourth. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg nothing on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
Hi, I'm Keith Turner, the Assistant Chaplain at the University of Evansville. As the summer temperatures continue to rise, why not beat the heat every Wednesday evening at our worship services in New Chapel at the University of Evansville? The service begins at 5:30 p.m. and is only 30 minutes long. New Chapel, intentionally inclusive, deliberately diverse, and always welcoming.
The Tin Fish Restaurant, located at 300 West Jennings Street in Newburgh, Indiana, is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu features salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. The Tin Fish Restaurant.
Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, we bring you the best in hip-hop and R&B. Party Lights Uncut. Party Lights Uncut. Jumping off at midnight till 2 in the morning. This is new hip-hop, classic old school, exclusive remixes, and interviews from today's top artists, all put in a mix by Midwest Syndicate's DJ of the Year.
It's Mixmaster Jones Capone on the ones and twos.
This is 91.5 Party Lights Uncut.
Hey Otters fans, if you come to Bosse Field for an Otters game, bring your Otters ticket stub into Krukemeyer and Kahn for a monthly raffle. Winning ticket gets 50% off any purchase over $1,000 on their fine jewelry. Winner will be drawn on the first of each month. Also mention the Evansville Otters digital network at Krukemeyer and Kahn and get 20% off any purchase of $500 or more. Tell them ODN sent ya. Spencer Medic back to work here in the top half of the fourth inning. Ty Moore leads it off for Schaumburg. Otters up 7-0. And the first pitch of the frame's in there down the middle at thigh high for strike 1. Moore bounced into a crucial 4-6-3 double play in the first inning. Medic was in a little bit of danger. Now he deals the 0-1. Misses low with the fastball. With runners at the corners and 1 out in the first, Moore, the hottest hitter in the Frontier League, coming up. Manic got him to roll into a nice 4-6-3 twin killing. Otters got out of the frame, and then from there have tacked on 7 runs to jump out to a 7-0 lead. 1-1 pitch. Bounced foul to the backstop, 1-2 on Moore.
It looked like he took a hack at that like he was chopping wood. You know, it was a downward swing.
Moore, the hottest hitter in the league, 13 for his last 21. Getting more hits than outs so far. The 1-2 pitch. Flown down the left field side, slicing towards the corner. That's going to get out of play. And it's 1-2 on Ty Moore, the DH tonight for Schaumburg. Otters lead in 7-0 through the first 3 innings of play. 4, 5, and 6 in the Schaumburg order here in the fourth. Medic into his wind, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside, turns Moore out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moore, oddly enough, despite being a left-handed batter, and for a guy that's hitting .343 on the season, it should come as no surprise. 2-2. Liner into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Curveball up and in, takes it off the hands and shoots it into center. His first hit of the day. And right before that pitch, I was about to say, Moore on the season, he's hitting .415 against left-handed pitching, something very unusual for a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, I don't believe in that philosophy. You know, if you're a lefty, you're not supposed to hit against lefty. You're supposed to have a right-hand batter and vice versa and all. And I just don't believe in that. I believe a good hitter.
First pitch to Kenny Towns is down low, 1-0.
Can you imagine Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, and Stan Musial saying, hey, skipper, we got a lefty out there. I can't bat against him.
Well, I'm not saying that, you know, all hitters should be platooned, but there's some guys out there that it's more advantageous for.
Oh, I agree.
The 1-0. Lined into left center field, falling fast. Wells is going to have to play it on a couple of hops. The left fielder over, gets it back on in. Back-to-back singles for Schaumburg to open up the fourth. Got runners at first and second with nobody out.
You know, I as a right-hand batter, Sam, I like the right-hand pitcher because I wanted the curve coming at me and then going across the plate rather than coming over the plate and then coming down by my knee. And I have to admit, I used to miss a lot of those.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a foolproof thing that right-handed batters hit better against lefties and left-handed batters better against righties. It's just a common theme that you'll find amongst most hitters.
Yeah.
But Ty Moore, for example, it's a little bit better against left-handed pitching rather than right, but overall he's just such a good hitter it doesn't really matter. Yeah. First pitch to Colin Ferguson's a fastball upstairs, 1-0.
See, I'm of the belief that a hitter is a hitter. You can't teach, let's say, a 210 hitter to be a 300 hitter. You remember that one case with the Lou brothers, I think, with Pittsburgh.
The 1-0 swung on and missed. Ferguson chased a curveball down and away, 1-1.
And I think he was like 220 or so, and next year he became a 300 hitter, and they said, wow. But the thing is, what they told him what to do was chop at the ball, hit the high choppers to infield, and because of his great speed, he beat him out. So it was a matter of speed.
1-1 hit hard on the ground to first. One hop blocked by Bush, falls to his feet, picks it up and taps the first base bag to get the out the first of the inning. That was a one-hop shot to Bush. Did well to take it in the gut and just get the out at first base. Runners advanced to second and third, however. Now with one away for Clint Hardy. Swatted a double his first time up.
Now, I know you never saw him play because he's an instructor for the minors, for the Little Napoleon, and that is Ralph Santana. You might have heard of him. Anyway, he was a 300 hitter, great batter in this Frontier League. Batted 350 or 340, whatever it was, every year.
First pitch to Hardy, breaking ball, misses high and outside, 1-0.
And actually what he did was he just slapped at the ball, hit the ball on the ground, beat it out with his legs. That was it.
Well, I mean, you look at a guy that's now the Frontier League hit king, Santiago Chirino. He's done it for 5 seasons now. He's still a phenomenal hitter, but his MO at the plate, 1-0 to Hardy. Fastball below the knees, 2-0. Is, he takes pitches on the inside half, shoots it to right, doesn't turn on too many pitches. About 10 extra base hits on the year so far out of 100 hits. Not a very high percentage of them, but he gets the job done. He hits 350 year in and year out.
That's what counts.
2-0 to Hardy. Big swing and a miss. Trying to follow up his double the first time up with another extra base hit. Comes up empty. Schaumburg's got runners at second and third, 1 out. Top half of the 4th inning with Evansville leading 7-0.
Something what you're saying is going back to the high school back in New Jersey. I was an administrator, and baseball coach came to me and he said, can you help my boy?
The 2-1 popped foul out of play back behind home plate, 2-2.
I said, what's the problem? He said, oh, he's hitting everything the right field. I said, oh, well, he's probably doing this. By the way, what's he hitting? He says, oh, about 500. I said, what are you bothering me for?
One of my great hitting instructors growing up told me a phenomenal thing after I'd been tinkered with a lot back in my playing days, which were a long time ago now. The 2-2 laced down the left field line. Wells going back. It's going to one-hop off the left field fence. 2 runs are going to score. Hardy around first, slides into second again. His second 2-base hit this evening, and it produces the first 2 runs of the game for Schaumburg. They're on the board. It's now 7-2.
We got to tell Chris Gunn next time tomorrow, if he comes up there for those hamburgers, tell him that we're all out owning hot dogs.
But anyways, my instructor told me, I could care less how you actually hit. If you're standing on top of your head and hitting line drives, hey,
That's
so
right.
be it.
All too often in the little league and high school, even in pros and the college, a lot of instructors, hitting instructors, they want to change everybody.
First pitch to the next hitter, Darrell Miller Jr. He swings and fouls it at the plate into the dirt. 0-1.
I know you heard of a young man that I'm about to say by the name of Henry Aaron. Well, went to spring training, and Paul Wainer, big poison, Hall of Famer, one of the batted 400, I think, a couple of years. He was our minor league batting instructor, and he used to teach everybody how to hit his way.
The 0-1. Fouled back to the screen quickly, 0-2.
He more or less let the bat roll, rest on your shoulder, and he rotated his hips, and then you swing downward and all. Anyway, Paul Wainer, like many batting instructors, want you to hit their way. Well, anyway, the Braves told Paul Wainer, you can teach everybody, but don't touch Aaron. Leave him alone.
Sounds like a pretty good plan.
I would say so.
Maddox 0-2 to Miller. Fastball outside, 1-2.
What you can do, you can't teach.
Exactly. It's now 7-2, Evansville on top. Top half of the 4th inning. Schaumburg's got a runner out at second. Miller Jr. at the plate. 289 hitter, the catcher, from the right side. The 1-2 cued off the end of the bat. That'll roll foul down the first base side, 1-2.
I'm trying to think of his name. Walter Reniak. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He was the batting instructor for the Red Sox and for the Chicago White Sox. And he taught everybody how to bat his style, which was like a, wait for this.
Maddox set, checks the runner at second. The 1-2 again, line to third, off the glove of Long, falls to his feet, picks it up, throws across the diamond to get the out at first. Advancing from second to third is Hardy on the throw. Long unable to pull in the liner, but gets the out after picking up the baseball and recovering. Now 2 away, a runner at third for Michael Hartnagel.
What an arm that, excuse me, what an arm Long has. But anyway, Charlie Lau had a batting way, and Walter Heriniak believed in that. And everybody in the Red Sox major league team now and the White Sox had to bat his way. Everyone.
First pitch to Hartnagel, swings and bounces it on the ground to short. A wicked hop on Gould, but he stays with it, throws low to first, and it's picked out by Bush to retire Hartnagel and put the Boomers away. Here in the 4th, they get 2 back, but the Otters still in front. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of Evansville Otters baseball on 91.5 FM WUEV Evansville.
We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2. They get on the board in the top half of the frame. Joe Hauser back to work for Schaumburg. Got his first scoreless inning in the third after allowing 4 in the first and 3 in the second. Now we'll deal to 3, 4, and 5 in the Otters order: Harrison, Whiting, and Gardner. Hauser, the 6'6" righty, works from the stretch on the mound. His first pitch to Harrison flips over a slider at the knees for a called strike one.
Yeah, Travis is having a pretty good night. He got a base hit and a walk.
And an RBI to boot his last time up. Produced the first run back in the second inning, putting the Otters up 5-0 at the time. The 0-1, a heater off the glove of the catcher Miller to the backstop, 1-1.
That looked like it went right through the catcher's webbing, but there's no tear in it, so whatever.
Harrison, right-handed batter. Hauser sent the pitch. Yanked down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Travis over his past 10 is as hot as they come this side of Ty Moore. Hitting .361, 3 home runs, 6 driven in. Travis, a naturally streaky hitter. 2-1. Slider dips down and in. 3-1 now on Harrison, leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, with the Otters leading 7-2. Hauser leans in for the sign, comes set. Uncorks the 3-1. Slider well outside. Harrison draws the walk, his second on the night and his 5th in the past 2 games. Now marks the second time tonight that Hauser has walked the leadoff man in the inning.
He's got four walks, 3 hit batters. That's not bad.
Hey, if you're going to end up walking somebody, at least get your money's worth, I guess.
But he's got 2 strikeouts, so, you know, look at the bright side.
Taking a quick look around the scores in the Frontier League right now, just about half of the games midway through. First pitch to Whiting. It's there on the inside corner, 0-1 on Brant. Lake Erie beating up on Florence 7-5. That's in the bottom of the 9th inning over at Florence. Southern Illinois up 4-2. Bottom of the 6th at Windy City. The pitch to Whiting is swung on and missed, chased outside. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Harrison at first, nobody out, bottom of the 4th inning. 7-2, Evansville leading.
The left fielder and the center fielder having a conversation out there, watching them.
Hauser's 0-2, fastball off the inside corner. Tried to front door it on Brant, but he takes 1-2.
Look at him. Why, when you're in the outfield, let's see him out there, the center fielder, he's putting the glove up around his mouth so no one can read his lips.
Hauser kicks and delivers the pitch. Swung on and missed. Gets Whiting out in front on a breaking ball in the dirt. Third punch out of the game for Hauser. And the first man's retired here in the 4th. Harrison still at first base. Around the rest of the league, up in Michigan at Warfel Park, Traverse City is getting absolutely crushed by Normal. It's 10-0 there. River City on top of Washington. That's at Wild Things Park. Rascals leading 6-1. And then Joliet looking to rebound. The first pitch to Gardner pushes him off the plate 1-0. Joliet leading 2-0 over Gateway. That's in the bottom of the fourth at GCS Credit Union Ballpark. That's all the action right now. No scores final, but we got a few coming up on their tail ends. 1-0 comes home. Again, misses inside. Gardner goes up to his tippy toes to avoid getting hit 2-0. Harrison at first. Gardner the hitter, 1 for 1. RBI single to right, also hit by a pitch. Left-handed batter. Hauser ready. 2-0 on its way. Big swing and a miss. Took a fastball down and chased 2-1.
He was looking for number 10 on that one. You know, I remember in my younger days, Sam, I was fortunate to be playing with a lot of ex-minor leaguers when I was still a young boy.
2-1 pitch. Roped through the hole on the right side, but that hits Harrison on the way through. And Travis is going to be called out. Gardner reaches first base. The ball's thrown back on in by the right fielder, Hardy. Harrison tried to avoid getting hit, but it nailed him on the way by. A tough break. Gardner hit that ball too hard.
Oh, you ain't kidding. That was what you call a shot. But it's a base hit. That's a rule, the base hit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was actually unsure of that, actually.
Yeah, it's a base hit.
And Harrison is just ruled out?
Yeah.
And one of the weirder things you'll see there, Harrison hit by the baseball. Gardner at first. Now 2 outs for Austin Bush. Swings away at the first pitch. Gets way underneath of it. Pop up behind second base. Shortstop Hartnagel is there. He's underneath of it. Puts the squeeze on it for the final out of the inning. Otters put a man aboard, but nothing doing. And we'll go to the fifth. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2. You're on WUEV 91.5 FM. Brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
The Tin Fish Restaurant, located at 300 West Jennings Street in Newburgh, Indiana, is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu features salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. The Tin Fish Restaurant.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
Since 1994, Slays Restoration has been assisting tri-state residents clean up and restore their properties after disasters of all kinds. Located at 2121 Cotter Avenue in Evansville, Slays Restoration offers assistance for water damage, fire and smoke damage, mold and biohazard mitigation, complete reconstruction, and much more. Slays Restoration can be reached toll-free 24 hours a day at 1-888-776-8555. It can also be found online at slaysrestoration.com.
We forge along to the top half of the fifth inning alongside Bill McHugh. I'm Sam Jelinek here on the mics at Bosse Field. Otters looking like they should be on their way to claiming the second game of this series against Schaumburg. We still got half a ball game to go. Top of the fifth inning. And it's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2.
I'm going to just say a little side note, Sam. The young lady that's alongside of me is the Otters are making money tonight. She's had chicken.
First pitch to Parente leading off the top of the fifth. A curveball called strike one.
Now she's eating the Italian ice. She's got a Dr. Pepper here, and she's had those, little Dippin' Dots.
One's a fastball in the outside corner called strike two. That sounds like a lot of sugar.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. But that's
going to be a hyper child.
she's hyper to begin with.
The 0-2 curveball down and away, 1-2 on Parente. The leadoff man for Schaumburg. He's 1 for 2, hit 2 balls hard, but was robbed of a base hit by Austin Bush his last time up on a line drive out to first.
I guess what Shaylin McCune is saying to all our fans out there is, try the refreshment stand. Everything is good because she's been trying everything.
The 1-2 rolled on the ground towards the hole on the right side. Bush dives, but it kicks off his glove and dribbles on into right field. That's the second base hit of the day for Parente, and he's led off the top of the 5th inning for Schaumburg here with a knock to right.
What did your mommy say about sugar?
Every time I have sugar, my mom said I bounce off the wall.
I don't know if the fans out there in the Otterville world heard that. She has sugar, he bounces off the wall.
Now a runner at first for Zach Weigel, 0 for 1. Walked, also reached on an error. Medic from the stretch, the first pitch. Fastball pops the mitt on the outside corner for strike 1. It's 7-2, Evansville in front, top of the 5th. Medic ran into trouble last inning after back-to-back leadoff singles. And then Quinn Hardy came through with the 2-run double. Medic looks at first, his pitch home. Cued off the end of the bat down the third base side, foul, 0-2.
I tell you, we have had some crowd here tonight. I bet we have 4,000.
I'll go with like 3,200.
All right, let me say 37 then. I'll change it. But that's a good night.
Oh, it's a very
32,
solid night.
37, whatever.
The 0-2 to Weigel, fastball up and away, 1-2.
Where can you get this much entertainment for what, $5, $6, whatever it costs to get in? And then you could eat Chris Gunn's favorite food.
1-2 offering, curveball in the dirt, nice scoop by Whiting, keeps the runner at first. Had to traverse a long way to his left out of the crouch to pick it, and did well. Counts even at 2 on Weigel. Runner at first, nobody out, top of the 5th. 7-2, Evansville in front.
I would say if this guy gets on, somebody be up warming up. Not that he's pitching a bad game, I don't mean it that, but
Medic checks the runner at first, kicks and deals the 2-2, and it's absolutely skied in the air. First base side behind the bag. First baseman Bush settles underneath of it and makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Number 11, center fielder, Sean Godfrey.
Now it's Sean Godfrey, 0 for 2 tonight, a fielder's choice, as well as a fly out to center. Right-handed batter has a runner at first, 1 away. Otters in front by 5 here in the top of the 5th from Bosse Field. Whiting sets up down and away. Medic's pitch hits the target. Gets a called strike 1 on a fastball outer edge, 0-1. Parente takes his lead from first, conservative for now. Medic from the belt, his pitch. Fastball again, tries for the outside corner but misses, and the count's even at 1. Godfrey, a .266 hitter. Now the pitch. Heater upstairs. Medic, after jumping ahead on Godfrey, now falls behind 2-1.
Ground ball, double play gets out of this inning.
Well, not too shabby.
No.
Medic set. Uncorks the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Godfrey chased down and away in the dirt. Medic gets the count back to even here, 2-2. Runner at first, 1 out, top of the 5th. Medic just 1 strikeout in the game. So far in the season, his low is 6. 2-2 pitch. Popped foul out of play down the right-hand side. Count still even.
The red foul ball brought to you by Hess Construction. Choose the best and never regret it.
He's going.
Runner goes, 2-2 pitch outside. Whiting's throw to second is just late. was on the bag. Cronin got the tag down, but Parente slides a foot in there safely. That was a nice throw by Whiting. He took the pitch down and away on a backhand and kind of threw it sidearm to rip off a pretty solid strike.
I'm going to say the same thing. It was a good throw, and you referred to sidearm. One of the best catchers in all of baseball threw sidearm. You probably don't know who that was, and I don't mean to insult you.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Medic picks up his second punch out of the day, and the backswing kind of caught Brant Whiting there. He'll come out from behind the plate, readjust things, got caught a little bit either on the mask or the glove. Andy McCauley checks on him real quick, but he's okay. And there's 2 away, still a runner at second, top of the 5th.
Roy Campanella.
Of course I know who Roy Campanella is.
No, but I mean, he threw sidearm.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And you, as a young catcher, someone throwing sidearms, you'd say, hey, wait a minute. No, you don't do that. But one of the best defensive, one of the best catchers overall in all of baseball.
Now it's Ty Moore, singled and scored his last time up, leading off the 4th. Runner at second, 2 outs, top of the 5th. 7-2 Otters, the first pitch. Fastball above the letters, 1-0.
You know, while we got a chance, and I'm thinking of it, and I'm thinking of whatever. The man that has spent more years behind supporting the Otters than anyone, secret weapon, Bruce.
The 1-0 way out in front. Moore waves and misses at a curveball, 1-1.
Those who attended Otter games always remember Bruce. He wore the Otter uniform, used to run around with the cowbell and shook, and then, of course, he fell on some hard times with medical problems. I understand Bruce is having a hard time now, so our prayers go to Bruce. Hopefully he's listening. He is a loyal
1-1 pitch. Medic yanks the curveball down and outside, 2-1.
He always, when he attended the games, he always had that radio in his, in his pocket or on his ears, whatever. Great guy.
2-1 on Moore. Left on left matchup. Medic trying to wiggle his way out of the 5th inning. He's set, checks the runner, pitches the 2-1, and misses in the dirt. Moore leaves it there, 3-1. Medic gets his sign, comes ready. Wheels and deals the pitch. Down and away, ball 4. That's just the second walk in the evening allowed by Medic, his first since back in the 1st inning. But really no harm, no foul. Moore, the hottest hitter in the league. Base open at first base. Sets up the force out at every base on the infield. And now with 2 away, Medic will try to get Kenny Towns.
Let's see now. Medic's right. Got 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And Spencer now up to 92 pitches in the ball game through 4 2/3.
Well, he needs to get out of here to get the credit for the win if the Otters go on to win this ball game.
Towns singled his first time up on a liner to left. Right-handed hitter. Medic's first pitch. Swung on and rolled to third. Long picks it up and will just take it to the third base bag for the force out. Retires their runner heading there for the final out of the frame. We're halfway home. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2 here on WUEV 91.5 FM. Brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
Bottom half of the fifth inning we go. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2. Otters looking to pick up their second consecutive win against the Boomers. Zach Wells leads it off for Evansville up against Joe Hauser again, continuing to eat innings. He's thrown back-to-back scoreless frames since the first 2 innings. His first pitch to Wells is a slider that darts a little bit low, 1-0.
Mr. Hauser kind of recoiled after that second inning. You know, he reloaded the gun.
Is rebounded nicely as Wells swings at the 1-0, lines it out into right field. Right fielder Hardy comes on and makes the catch down at his knees. Wells struck it solidly, but nothing to show for it. He is now 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly in the first out in the bottom of the fifth. You gotta tip your cap to Hauser. The first 2 innings, to put it kindly, weren't very pretty at all. He faced 9 in the first, 7 in the second, but since then has settled down, has limited the Otters to just 1 hit since then. First pitch to Hunter Cullen, flips over a breaking ball that ends up a little low for ball 1.
You know, I can remember in bygone days a situation similar to that.
The 1-0 pitch. Cullen fouls it off on the left-hand side, 1-1.
And I don't remember the circumstances, but I went out to the pitcher and I said, you're here for the rest of the game, so bear down, because I don't care what you do, you're out here. And believe it or not, that's what he needed. He then started, just like Hauser, started to be effective.
1-1. Cullen drops down a bunt in front of the plate. Miller back from behind the dish, picks it up with the bare hands, and they call Cullen out at first on a tight play at the bag. Miller gets the throw off, a laser to first to get Cullen by a half step for the second out of the inning.
I'll tell you what, you know, lately we've been seeing the Otters start putting not sacrifice bunts, but base bunt hunts. Here we go, restart. The Otters have been putting down a lot of bunts for base hits.
First pitch now to J.J. Gould. It's a curveball that floats in at the belt, 0-1. 2 outs, bottom half of the fifth inning. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 2. Second game of this 3-game set, the 0-1. Fastball just down and away, a ball and a strike on Gould. 0 for 1 tonight, a strikeout, also hit by a pitch on his wrist. Right on right matchup. Hauser deals the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Gould whiffs on the pitch at his knees, 1-2.
He's got that long, loping swing, and JJ. And it's just like in his fielding. He extends his arms.
1-2, broken back grounder out to short. Hartnagel charging. Fields throws to first just in time to get Gould. A nice throw by Hartnagel across his body. Gets Gould at first for the final out of the inning. We're going to go to the 6th. It's still Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 2 here on WUEV 91.5 FM. Brought to you by Krukemeyer & Kahn.
The local area Pepsi Bottling Group distributors would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Featuring Pepsi Company products for distribution to retailers and vendors in the Tri-State, the Pepsi Bottling Group has 3 Tri-State locations at 901 East Diamond Avenue in Evansville, 2605 West Main Street in Marion, Illinois, and at 3081 Kentronics Drive in Owensboro. More information on Pepsi products can be found online at PepsiCo.com. Pepsi, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
To the top half of the 6th inning we go. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 2. Spencer Medic back out to the bump. 6, 7, and 8 for the Boomers here in the frame, trailing by 5. Colin Ferguson leads it off. Left on left matchup. Medic winds and deals a first pitch down low for ball 1. Ferguson 0 for 2, a strikeout victim, also bounced out to first. Medic's pitch. Fastball sizzles in, but downstairs across the ankles. 2 balls and no strikes on Ferguson, leading off the top of the 6th.
Now, we got Medic on that player to be named later, which was Cruz.
2-0 pitch is absolutely crushed in the air out to right. Gardner going back at the track. He leaps, but that ball is way out of here. Colin Ferguson with a solo shot to right. Get Schaumburg one more closer. They're inching back. It's now a 7-3 lead for the Otters on Ferguson's 5th home run of the season.
I tell you, that must have just about cleared that wall, because Gardner got back to the wall and then leaped as high as he could. And I think maybe he had a chance of catching it.
That baseball is about 30 to 40 feet over that wall.
Oh, so he just...
Gardner was for show.
Oh, was okay. Little theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jeff, after last night, I talked to him before this game. Now it's Clint Hardy, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Takes the first pitch inside 1-0. He said the right fielder yesterday looked like to us he almost brought it back into the park.
Right.
I talked to Boots Day, the first base coach, and he said, well, actually, he wasn't as close to that ball as you thought he was. The 1-0 to Hardy is downstairs 2-0. He said he cleared it by a solid 15 to 20 feet. Just that, you know, the right fielder thought he might have a chance, and Gardner might have trying to repay the favor, scare somebody else. The 2-0. Fastball misses down and away. 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, you know, I was telling you about that Eau Claire Cup when I had those broken fingers and broken ribs. And Rex Carr put me in the outfield one night.
The 3-0, fastball called strike 1 at the belt inside corner.
And I can remember the first fly ball. I ran all the way back to the fence, and the second baseman caught it. It was a pop-up in the infield.
Medic deals the 3-1, hit on the ground hard towards the hole on the left side. Gould backhand pick, tries to get off a throw on the jump, but spikes it into the ground. On a couple of hops, Bush off the base to field it. An infield single for Hardy. He's 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
And now Alex Phillips is going to get hot and ready down in the bullpen for Evansville.
Hey, there goes Max. I tell you, he's not in trouble, and yet Max is out there. I'll tell you what, Chris Gunn, he must have put something in those hamburgers extra.
Now Max Peterson out to the mound. This isn't going to be for a change, more of a stalling tactic to let the arms loosen up in the bullpen.
Yeah, sometimes you do that to give the chance to the gentleman just going to warm up, and then after Max sits down, then Whiting, the catcher, ought to go out and make sure he gets his signs right, which again is another stalling tactic. You don't remember Al McGuire, do you? The former Nick player, St. John's University, that later was coach. He was one of the best ones for when he wanted timeout, and the ball players used to lose their contact lenses.
First pitch to Daryl Miller. He skies it in the air to left. Well started back, now racing in. He's underneath of it. And in shallow left field, he puts it away for the first out of the inning. A nice rebound pitch there for Medic. Getting Miller on the first pitch he sees, one away with Hardy still at first.
Yeah, Al McGuire would have his player lose his contact, which he never did, and they'd all get on the floor and look, and of course then Al had a chance to talk to his players. He, I know you don't know it, but a lot of the Evansville fans will recall when Al McGuire was coached a college team here in Roberts Stadium against University of Evansville.
First pitch to Michael Hartnagel here, up and away, and Whiting, as he's about to throw the ball back, saw that Medic wasn't looking, so he tried to hold on to it, threw it into the ground, but thankfully Medic able to get on it quickly.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember all the particulars. My mind is kind of foggy on it. But anyway, Al McGuire did something where he promised that if he would lose or something, he would buy everybody in Roberts Stadium ice cream.
The 1-0 to Hartnagel, a fastball on the outside corner, bottom of the zone, 1-1 on Hartnagel. 0 for 2, 2 ground balls. And boy, would Spencer Medic love one of those here to get out of the top of the sixth. It's now 7-3. Otters lead, 1 out, man at first. The pitch popped in the air, out of play on the right side, 1-2.
Just to end the story, Sam, Al McGuire lost. He bought everybody an ice cream cone. I think it was like 10,000 fans. So, anyway, end of story.
Runner still at first, 1 out, top of the sixth. Now time called at the plate. Hartnagel steps out. Shortstop for Schaumburg, hitting .271 this season. Not a lot of extra base power, though. Just 4 doubles, 4 driven in. Whiting sets up down and in. Here's the pitch. Flown in the air out to left. Wells charging in. He's underneath of it again and makes the lazy catch for the second out of the frame.
You want to bet, Sam, that our producer back at the studio in between innings will let us know what the occasion was that Al McGuire bought those?
I'm not a betting man.
I know. Paul Mattingly, I'll tell you what, he knows everything.
Now the lineup turns over for Jack Parente, runner at first. And runner goes on the first pitch, throw from Whiting down to seconds in on a hop. But it really wouldn't have mattered. Parente with a great jump, swipe second. Going on first movement, had that base stolen. His 9th on the season, his 2nd of the day. Or excuse me, rather, that was Hardy stealing second. I got that wrong.
Yeah.
Parente at the plate, I should correct myself.
Hardy was running way before.
First pitch to Parente, breaking ball down to the second pitch of the at-bat. I'm all kinds of thrown off now.
That's okay. You were looking for that free ice cream from Al McGuire.
1-1 on Parente, 2 for 3, 2 singles, also a line out. Left-handed batter, runner out at second, 2 outs. Medic checks him, the pitch. Lined into right field, that's down for a base hit. Coming around third and trying to score is Hardy. The throw to the plate is late. Coming across the plate is Clint Hardy with the 4th run of the game for Schaumburg. They're continuing to claw back. It's now a 7-4 game on Parente's 3rd single of the night, his first RBI.
Yeah, and that's, it just shows you what aggressiveness in Hardy stealing second base makes. And in other words, he's still on first base. He goes to third. However, he stole second, had a big jump. He was halfway to second before the ball was ever pitched.
Now Zach Weigel takes a first pitch fastball off the outside corner, 1-0.
Yeah, we're getting close now, 7-4.
2 outs, top half of the 6th inning. Schaumburg now out hitting the Otters in this one, 9-6. The 1-0 offering, lined into left center field. That ball's going to get down and cause some trouble. Cullen over into the alley. The center fielder cuts it off. Runner heading for third. Big stop sign thrown up by the third base coach, J.T. Scara. They hold Parente at the third base bag. It's a double for Weigel. And just like that, Schaumburg's brought the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 6th.
I think that's the end of Medic. And
that is going to be the end of the night for Spencer Medic. Goes 5 2/3. Alex Phillips going to come on from the bullpen. We'll take a quick break. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Otters lead 7-4, and Alex Phillips coming on here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
Hi, this is Joe Townsend from JMT Restoration. We are proud to be a sponsor of the 2016 Frontier Champion Evansville Otters. If you ever have a mold or water restoration issue in your home or business, give us a call at 812-205-5384. JMT Restoration Service, where professional work meets affordable pricing. Remember, go Otters!
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at ibew16.net.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
Alex Phillips comes on for Spencer Medic here in the top half of the 6th inning. The tying runs at the plate for the Schaumburg Boomers, who have scratched their way back here and made it a 7-4 game. There's runners out at second and third, 2 outs, and Sean Godfrey is going to be the hitter. Alex Phillips, the new pitcher from Baylor University. Oh, no record on the season, a 2.45 ERA, 11 innings, 20 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 6 hits allowed. First time pitching since back on the 2nd. That was on Thursday. Throwing a clean inning, striking out the side.
Throws overhand, directly overhand, and his curveball, instead of being a sweeping type, is a dropping type. So it's a different type of curveball that he's exhibiting.
And Alex with a real nice fastball as well, can ride it up there pretty good. And Godfrey, the hitter, men at second and third, the center fielder for the Boomers, representing the tying run. Otters lead by 3. Right on right matchup. Phillips from the stretch, his first pitch. Looked like a little off-speed pitch there, or a breaking ball at the belt called strike one. Looked like a fastball at first, but fell off. Perhaps a changeup?
It was something, but it came in kind of slow and had a bite to it.
The 0-1, the big breaking ball, a little bit upstairs, 1-1.
That was similar, but yet had a little more velocity than the first one.
Godfrey 0 for 3 tonight. Bounce out, fly out, and a strikeout. Phillips from the stretch, the 1-1, fastball swung on and missed.
I tell you what, there was some muster on that hot dog.
And after the first 2 pitches that come in probably around 75 to 78 miles an hour, rushing it up there probably 90 to 93. It's going to seem more like 95. 1-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Phillips paints the black and gets out of the jam here in the 6th. To the bottom half of the inning we go. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krookemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krookemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
To the bottom half of the sixth inning, we head along, and Joe Hauser, you got to give him a lot of credit now in a game that has suddenly become a three-run affair. It's now 7-4 Evansville. Hauser's put up 3 straight scoreless innings and kept Schaumburg in this game after what looked like a disastrous start.
Oh, I'll say you. If I was a betting man who was in Vegas, I would have bet the ranch.
But now here in the bottom of the sixth, it's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 4, and David Cronin's going to lead off the sixth.
You know, like they say, Sam, the game's never over until the fat lady sings.
First pitch to Cronin, he swings and misses, late on a high fastball, 0-1. David having a good night, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. Swatted his second triple of the season back in the second inning. Left-handed batter, Hauser set. The 0-1. Curveball starts outside and stays there, 1-1.
He's probably one of the hottest hitters in the league in the last week. About 4 for 4 one night, 2 hits the next night. I think he got, what? Well, he got 1 hit tonight.
1-1 offering. Two-seamer sinks downstairs below the knees, 2-1 on David. Leading off the bottom half of the sixth inning, Evansville leading 7-4. But have been held scoreless since the second inning.
Right.
Kicking the 2-1. Cronin hits it hard by the glove of the first baseman, Ferguson, and on into right field, just snuck underneath his diving attempt. Through the hole on the right side. It's the second hit of the game for Cronin, and a leadoff man's aboard to open up the bottom half of the sixth.
Well, what did Cronin, was he on base 7 consecutive times with the hits, 5 hits and 2 walks, and since then he's been on with hits, 2 hits tonight and a walk, that's 3. And I think last night he was on several times with a walk and hits. So he's probably the most productive hitter on the Otters within this past week.
Throw back over to first, and Cronin's in there safely. Jeff Gardner's pushing him pretty hard for that title as well in the past 2 days at least.
Oh, I tell you, Cronin's got a big lead.
First pitch to long inside. He jumps out of the way across the plate for ball 1.
Did you see what Mr. Cronin did? And he's been picked off several of times this year doing that, if you remember. He takes that, I don't know on the warm-up, but he overemphasizes, anticipates.
Cronin takes his lead from first. Long the hitter, the 1-0. Lined in the air to right center field. Center fielder Godfrey coming over, and he's going to be able to make the catch in the alley. Long barreled it up, but Godfrey with a good read, able to haul it in for the first out of the inning.
If anyone has hit the ball solidly in the last week, it's Ryan Long, hitting a lot of solid fly balls to the outfield and the infield, and has not gotten a base hit. But you can't say he hasn't made good contact.
Now with 1 away, here's Travis Harrison. 2 walks and an RBI single to his name already. Cronin still at first, 1 out. David's running on the first pitch, called strike, throw down to second is in time. Cronin's nailed. That's now the 8th time he's been caught stealing this season. And that's the second out here in the bottom half of the sixth.
Yeah, that was a perfect throw by that catcher, Miller. I'll tell you what. Even Johnny Bench couldn't have done a better job than that.
Pitch was a called strike on Harrison, now down in the count 0-1. Travis walked his last time up. Hauser from the set. His 0-1 delivery. Wrapped foul down the third base side, quickly 0-2. Travis taking a little walk around the batter circle, trying to recompose himself here. 0-2 down in the count. Seeing the ball well out of Hauser's hand, working 2 walks this evening. 7-4 Evansville, bottom half of the 6th inning. Boomers trailed by as many as 7 at one point, but have scratched their way back to a 3-run game. The 0-2 slider swung on and missed, tailing away from Harrison. He chased. That's the final out of the inning. Now 4 straight scoreless innings for Joe Hauser. And we'll go to the 7th now. It's still Evansville in front. Our score right now, Otters 7, Boomers 4 on WUEV 91.5 FM. Brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811. Brought to you by Indiana 811.
Hi, I'm Bill Morgan of Bill Morgan Roofing and Construction. I've built a reputation of doing quality work that will stand the test of time. We didn't get here by knocking on doors, talking gibberish, or trying to be the lowest bid. You don't like to be sold to, and that's not what we do. My philosophy is simple: treating your home like it's my own, from start to finish. For roofing, gutters, siding, give us a call at Bill Morgan Roofing and Construction. Roofing the right way. 812-499-5892 or BillMorganRoofing.com.
The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's. I'm in the mood for pizza and I'm ready to go. The pizza brick road goes to Tyroni's. So follow me down the pizza brick road. Road down to Tyroni's. The pizza brick road. The pizza brick road always goes to Tyroni's.
Otters fans, whether you're searching for an exquisite diamond engagement ring, diamond anniversary band, dazzling earrings, or a gorgeous diamond bracelet, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the place for extraordinary value and a pleasurable experience. Krukemeyer & Kahn, a supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. After getting the final out of the 6th inning by punching out Sean Godfrey, Alex Phillips will stay on here for the top of the 7th. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4.
Yeah, this young man came in and threw 2 off-speed curveballs and then 2 blazing fastballs, and bang, we got out of the inning.
4, 5, and 6 in the order due up for Schaumburg. Ty Moore leads it off. Phillips' first pitch. Fastball on the inside corner, 0-1. And talking to last night's starter Tyler Beardsley, he said one thing that threw him off about Moore, who's 1 for 2 tonight, is how much he crowds the plate as a left-handed hitter. I'm interested here to see Phillips on that first pitch went in with the fastball. And now the 0-1. Breaking pitch in the dirt, 1-1. And Alex, I would venture to say this side of Mitch Aker has the best velocity on the team.
Yeah.
So to see if whether or not he'll pound the inside corner with fastballs and try and break the bat of Moore, who has shown the ability to really barrel up anything.
Well, you're right. I mean, his hands are extending over the home plate right now.
Whiting sets up inside the 1-1, fastball on that inside corner, and you could see Moore back away out of the box, thinking that fastball was going to be farther in, but Phillips edges the inside part of the plate, 1-2.
Yeah, that's where you got to pitch him.
Phillips comes set, and before he can throw home, his catcher Whiting calls time. He's going to go out to the mound to discuss how they want to go about this 1-2 on Moore. Leading off the top of the 7th, it's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 4 in the second game of this 3-game set. Otters took the opener yesterday with 11 runs.
Yeah, it was good observation on the pitcher's part last night to see, and that's what you do. To be a good pitcher, you've got to notice everything a batter does and take advantage of it. So it was good observation on our throwers, pitchers.
1-2 pitch. Fastball shot foul off the bat of Moore. Gonna get his hands extended on that one, 1-2.
Right. What you got to do is throw inside but low, because I don't think he can get his bat down that quick.
Nobody has seemed to be able to get Moore out over the past week, hitting .561. 1 for 2 tonight.
That's what the catcher's lined up for.
1-2
right
pitch inside.
Exactly.
He's able to swing at it and fouls it off his foot. Spoils the pitch, but boy, that's got to hurt.
And that was exactly right where I was calling for it myself, but Whiting called for it, and that was a perfect pitch.
And I've got to think, after making him foul one off his ankle pretty good hurting on himself, you got to go right back. He's going to be a little tentative.
Oh, yes. Yeah, go right back because, again, you got one ball on the batter, and, even if you waste it, it's not going to be that bad. But you want to have him go fishing.
And probably the key to this, and it's hard, of course, with the batter crowding the plate, but you don't want to miss over the plate. If you're going to miss in. 1-2 again. Bounced foul on the first base side, and it'll stay 1-2, opening up the top of the 7th.
Yeah, now that was a curveball that was way up high, up around the letters, and you could see where he took advantage of that. He was swinging at that way before it reached home plate.
Still 1-2 on more. Otters leading by 3, top of the 7th. Phillips from the stretch on the mound comes set at the shoulders. 1-2 pitch. Fastball roped into right field. Right fielder Gardner coming on. He dives and he makes the catch. A little barrel roll, but he holds on to it. Catches the little looping liner off the bat of Moore for the first out of the inning.
Well, I don't know who out there in Otterville denies that what I say, that he is probably the best right fielder in this league. He's not only a tremendous power hitter, but he's a good defensive outfielder with an exceptional arm.
Now with 1 away, here's Kenny Towns, 1 for 3. Phillips' first offering, a breaking ball spikes in 1-0. Towns singled and scored back in the 4th, coming around on the Clint Hardy 2-run double. Right on right matchup. Phillips ready, wheels and deals the 1-0. Swung on, popped in the air down the right field line. Gardner giving chase into the Otters bullpen. He's going to run out of room with the ball landing on top of the picnic tents in the right field stands.
And we got a good crowd out there in Bud Light Lime patio. I mean, that's quite a few people out there, and I know they're all cheering, wanting a home run. For the Otters, not for them. Let's clarify that.
1-1 here on Towns, the third baseman from the University of Virginia. Whiting sets up in the pitch. Fastball is inside but high. 2-1 on Towns. To 1 pitch. Breaking ball hangs upstairs, slipped out of the hand of Phillips. 3-1. One out, bases clear. Alex Phillips comes set on the mound. Serves up the 3-1 pitch. Towns swings away and drives it in the air out to center field. Cullen on his horse back to the track, and he'll put it away in front of the fence. Towns got pretty good wood on it, but Cullen with a better read hauls it in just about as far as you can go out in left center field for the second out of the inning.
Right in front of one of our sponsors, Taroni's. After all, they paid for advertisement, so we'll give them that extra plug. It was Taroni's.
Now 2 outs. Here's Colin Ferguson, 1 for 3 with a blast out to right field, a solo shot. Swings at the first pitch, gets underneath of it, skied in the air to shallow center field. Cronin out, but it's the center fielder Cullen calling him off. And in shallow center field, he puts it away for the final out of the inning. 3 fly balls get Alex Phillips a clean 1-2-3-7, and we'll go to the bottom half of the frame. It's time to stretch. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Krukemeyer & Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krukemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krukemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krukemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Krookemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Krookemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
Bottom half of the 7th inning coming up here from Bosse Field alongside Bill McCune. I'm Sam Jelnick here on the airwaves of WUEV 91.5 FM. Evansville staked to a 7-4 advantage right now, and if you had told me 5 innings ago that Joe Hauser would be pitching into the 7th frame, I would have called you crazy. But here he is, 4 straight scoreless innings after allowing 7 in the first 2. His first pitch of the 7th to Brant Whiting's down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, and I bet the ranch, and I tell you what, I'm gonna pay the property taxes and move out.
0-1 to Whiting. Bounced on the ground down the first base side, foul. 0-2 quickly on Brant. 0 for 3 this evening, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Good for an RBI and ended up scoring later in the inning. Down in the count, 0-2 from Hauser. The pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-2.
You know, it just goes to show, Sam, that Jamie knows a little more about his players than we do.
As always is the case. 1-2 home. Lined to the second baseman, Parente, with a little hop. He's able to glove it. Whiting hit it hard, but right to Parente. The second baseman spears it for the first out of the inning. Since the second inning, in those first 2 frames, Hauser gave up 7 runs on 5 hits. And since that point, he's only allowed 2 hits, walked 1 batter, hit a man, and struck out 3. Found some magic elixir in the dugout in between the second and third, apparently. And his first pitch to Jeff Gardner's across at the shoe tops for ball 1.
Well, we benefited in that first 2 innings with the walks, the hit batters, and a few key hits.
1-0 pitch. Breaking ball spins outside, 2-0.
Gardner came through with the big base hit, and Austin Bush. And otherwise, we might have not scored as many runs as we have. We might be looking at a tied game.
2-0 on Gardner. Here it comes. Lined in the air out to right field. Right fielder Hardy backing up, backpedaling onto the right field warning track. He's able to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Just a little out on the front foot there. Gardner caught lunging ever so slightly. Otherwise, we could have seen his 3rd home run in 2 games.
I tell you, folks, this guy sees everything. Before I got a chance to describe it, he sees it and advertises.
Now 2 outs and Austin Bush. He's had a good day, 1 for 2, sacrifice fly RBI. Left-handed hitter. First offering. Slider comes in on the back heel of Bush, 1-0. 2 outs. Otters leading 7-4. Nobody's up in the Otters bullpen, so that means we're going to see Alex Phillips come back out for the 8th inning.
Is Mom home watching and listening to this game?
1-0 pitch. Chopped down the first base side, foul, 1-1. I don't know, actually. I know that they were out to dinner with my sisters for my birthday, so.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Or, sorry, I should say for our birthday.
Okay, I want to say one thing. Your mother should be very proud of you. You do an excellent job.
I think whatever I did, she'd be proud.
Yes, well, that's true.
The 1-1, fastball sinks downstairs, 2-1.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times it's always too late when we tell someone we love it. We miss them or love them.
2-1 on Bush. The pitch. Cued off the end of the bat of the third baseline. Little side spin. Towns, the third baseman, fields on the grass and throws across the diamond to get Bush for the final out of the inning. Joe Hauser with his 5th straight scoreless frame, and we'll forge along to the 8th. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
Injuries are inevitable. It doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, walking the dog, or falling from a ladder. Injuries happen. When they do, Tri-State Orthopedics offers treatment for sprains, strains, and fractures by medical specialists. Tri-State Orthopedics is located at 225 Cross Lake Drive in Evansville, just north of the Lloyd and I-164. Tri-State Orthopedics can be reached by phone at 812-477-1558. Its urgent care line is 812-474-OUCH. Tri-State Orthopedics, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tin Fish Restaurant, located at 300 West Jennings Street in Newburgh, Indiana, is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. Independently owned and operated, the Tin Fish menu features salads and sandwiches, as well as seafood platters and combos, and seafood burritos, tacos, and burgers. The Tin Fish Restaurant is open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. It can be reached by phone at 812-490-7000. The Tin Fish Restaurant.
SRG Global, a Guardian company, would like to wish the Evansville Otters the best of luck in today's contest. Founded in 1932, SRG Global is one of the world's largest manufacturers of chrome-plated plastic parts for the automotive, commercial truck, and household appliance industry. Located locally at 601 North Congress Avenue in Evansville, SRG Global can be found online at srgglobal.com. They can also be reached in Evansville by phone at 812-477-6151.
It's the Evansville Otters 7 and the Schaumburg Boomers 4 here in the top half of the 8th inning, just about to get started. Alex Phillips will work here in the 8th inning to start things off. He's gone an inning and 1/3 now, getting the final out in the 6th, and then a 1-2-3-7, meaning he's retired the first 4 batters he's faced, and it'll be the bottom of the order here, the bottom of the order here for the Boomers in the top of the 8th, 7, 8, and 9, but that means sounds like it'll be easy, but it probably won't be. Clint Hardy, fresh off the DL today, leads it off. 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single.
And 2 hamburgers.
First pitch to him. Fastball down and away for ball 1.
Give Chris Gunn, our chef here at Otterville, a little credit.
1-0 on Hardy, opening up the 8th. Phillips from the stretch. The light kick, the pitch. Overhand breaking ball drops in thigh high for strike 1, count even. Hardy's 2-run double back in the 4th opened up the account for the Boomers. First 2 runs of their game. Now he swings at the 1-1 and swats it foul on the right side, 1-2.
Now, Sam and I were talking about a lot of the ball players that now are wearing their pants with the stirrups visible, and that's a nice thing to see.
1-2 pitch. Fastball back to the screen. Waiting, wanted it high, got it there. But Hardy just barely able to foul it straight back. Still 1-2.
You know, I can remember, Sam, when the college coaches came out with those long pants that a lot of the ball players wear today. And I don't know, 30 years or more ago. And I said, oh, it'll never go, never go. It looked like softball players. How wrong I was.
Phillips cranks and fires the 1-2. Heater upstairs. Hardy leaves it there, 2-2.
You know, when you're ingrained with old-time baseball, it's hard to accept the new innovations.
I'll ask you this question after the pitch because you were still in Major League ball at that time. The 2-2 popped in the air to shallow right field. Gardner charging on hard will make the call and the catch in shallow right for the first out of the inning. And obviously you were a part, probably at that point, of a National League franchise. I'm not sure if you were still with the Royals, but it was 1977 or 79 when the DH was implemented.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on it at the time?
I didn't agree with it. I still don't agree with it. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
In the American League, you got the DH. In the National League, no. A manager in the National League has to do a lot of maneuvering compared to the American League.
First pitch to Darryl Miller. He swings away and bounces it foul on the left side, 0-1.
You know, you can come into the 8th inning, the pitcher's doing an exceptional job, and he's coming to the plate, and you're going to say, well, should I pitch hit for him or not? Whereas the American League, hey, it makes some difference because there's a DH batting for him.
0-1 pitch. Curveball down and away, 1-1.
There's so many, the maneuvers of a Major League manager, American League versus National League is much, much different.
Well, you know why the DH became perilously close to being established in the National League as well. 1-1, fastball pops the mid on the outside corner, 1-2. It's 7-4, Evansville in front, top half of the 8th inning, 1 away. If it weren't for the Philadelphia Phillies representative not being there at the league meeting, DH would have been established in the National League. The 1-2's chopped on the ground to third. Long wakes back on it. Third baseman fields and throws across to retire Miller for the second out of the frame. I don't remember who the representative was at the time. It might have been David Montgomery, I believe. And he was supposed to go to the league meetings and vote for the DH to be established for the Phillies. And the Pirates said, well, however the Phillies vote, we'll vote as well. Well, it turns out the vote never got turned in because Montgomery didn't know the vote was happening that day. He was out fishing.
Oh.
First pitch to Michael Hartnagel's a fastball in the outside corner, called strike one. And his representative, who was there at the meetings for him, he never officially told him what to do. So he ended up abstaining. Pirates abstained. And now the 0-1 to Hartnagel's grounded back through the box. That's through for a base hit. A single for Hartnagel. He's 1 for 4, and the inning will continue now for the top of the order, Jack Parente. And if it weren't for the fact that Montgomery weren't out fishing, could have got into a phone and telephoned in, hey, yeah, we're going to vote for the DH, National League would have had it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something interesting, too. Not along those lines, but same church, different pew, insofar as the Kansas City Royals. When we were a new franchise and we were building Kauffman Stadium.
First pitch to Jack Parente, shortens up to bunt, but takes a fastball for a called strike. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Otters in front, 7-4, with the leadoff man Parente at the plate, who's 3 for 4 tonight.
And they called me and they said, "What's your preference? Natural grass or AstroTurf?" I said, "Oh, traditionals. Got to be grass." I said, "Oh." Anyway, they went with the artificial. I don't know if you ever did in there, but I remember sitting as a scout in the front row of Kauffman Stadium on Sundays afternoon, and I'll tell you what, it was like 140, 150.
The 0-2 pitch bounced on the ground to third. Long with a nice backhand pick, gets up from his knee to throw out Parente at first and end the inning. Alex Phillips gets out of the frame. He's thrown 2 1/3 scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Kruckemeyer and Kahn.
I just love this place. And I just love that ring. It's gorgeous. Where did he get it? Kruckemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Kruckemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Kruckemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Kruckemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, everybody's talking about the ring.
It's pretty great, huh?
Pretty great. It's amazing. You gotta tell me, man. Where'd you get it?
Kruckemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Kruckemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Kruckemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Kruckemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
So, let's see it. I absolutely love it. He did a fabulous job picking it out. I couldn't be happier.
Well, I had a lot of help.
I bet I know where it came from.
Kruckemeyer and Kahn, of course.
For the engagement ring that will have everybody talking, look no further than Krookemeyer & Kahn. With incomparable selection, quality, and service, Krookemeyer & Kahn is the only choice for the ring that will last a lifetime. Krookemeyer & Kahn, your lifetime jewelers.
Zach Wells will get it started here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Joe Hauser stays on for the Boomers. He's thrown now in this ball game 5 straight scoreless innings. But the Boomers trail the Otters with Evansville in front 7-4. First pitch of the inning is a slider that darts down low, 1-0.
End of story. I would 150-degree temperature. I'd go back to the hotel completely soaked. Now, if you recall,
1-0, hit on the ground out to short. A big hop for Hartnagel, who handles it and tosses over to first to retire Wells. 6-3 on the putout.
If you recall, now they went back to grass because playing on AstroTurf is too hot. It's bad on your legs. Too many infielders, their careers are cut short.
And I know teams in this league, 10 out of 12, it's not quite the same artificial surface like AstroTurf. It's more a type of rubbery type of thing. I can't really describe it very well. But the players like it for the most part. They prefer natural grass like here at Bosse. But in terms of avoiding rainouts, it's great. The first pitch to Hunter Cullen misses inside, 1-0. 1 out, bottom half of the 8th inning. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 4. The Otters closer Mitch Aker warming up in the bullpen for a potential save opportunity come the 9th. 1-0 offering to Cullen, down and in, 2-0. Hunters 1 for 3, had an RBI single back in the first that capped off that 4-run first inning. Cullen, left-handed batter up against the righty Joe Hauser, still out there dealing for Schaumburg. He's retired 6 in a row. Kicking the 2-0 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards the hole on the right side. Nice pick by the second baseman, Parente. But as he spins and throws wild to first, that'll be an error, I imagine, on Parente. Threw wide of the bag at first. That will go down as an E4. Did a nice job getting over into the hole on the right side to be able to just flag that ball down, but tried for the pirouette and throw in one motion. Misses his target. Cullen aboard at first.
Yeah, he didn't complete the what do they call it, pirouette or
pirouette.
Pirouette. He didn't complete it. The pirouette. That's the same thing. Different cage.
Cullen at first, a solid lead. Throw over to the bag. He's back in safely. J.J. Gould, the hitter, 0 for 2. Strikeout hit by a pitch and also a ground out to short. Cullen extends his lead from first. The first pitch, line down the left field line, heading towards the corner. That's going to hook foul for strike 1 on Gould. And we finally have an arm loosening up down in the Boomers bullpen. Looks like a southpaw getting loose out there in case Hauser runs into trouble here in the 8th inning. Hauser up to 158 pitches, or 128, sorry. Throw back over to first, Cullen in standing. My math a little off.
I gave you a double take.
0-1 on Gould. But before that pitch, another throw over. Cullen scampers back to the bag. 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Evansville leading 7-4. Second game of this 3-game set, looking to win the series here.
I think that would have been a Frontier League record.
0-1, slider tossed in outside, sweeps across the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, Commissioner Bill Lee would have said, hey, 158 pitches, that's a Frontier League record. For a starting pitcher, too.
Count even on Gould. Here it comes. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Throw down to second is going to be late. Throw was high. Took the shortstop Hartnagel a little jump to come down with it. Hunter steals his 6th base on the season. Only been caught twice. Now a man in scoring position for Gould, ahead in the count, 2-1. Hauser set, winds and fires the pitch. Slider comes in just outside, frisbeed outside of the zone, 3-1.
Well, if you remember, Mr. Hardy, Clint Hardy, stole second, and the next batter got a base hit, and that's how he scored to give them their second run in that inning.
Shortstop Hartnagel shadowing Cullen at second, the 3-1, outside for ball 4. Gould draws the walk. He's on base for his second time tonight. Now men at first and second with one away for David Cronin.
Cronin was batting, what, 281. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the manager. That might be all.
And with a couple of left-handed bats due up, this might be the end for Joe Hauser, and it will be. Going to leave in line for the loss. Southpaw coming on for Schaumburg. We've got a pitching change here in the 8th. We'll come back with the new arm on the mound for the Boomers. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
Why Old National Bank? Old National Bank began in 1834 with just one room and a passion for helping people prosper. Today, we are honored and grateful to be the financial partner for so many businesses, families, and individuals like you. From our commitment to safety and security to our promise of service that will exceed your expectations, we want to be your bank for life. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
This Evansville Otters broadcast is made possible through support from New Image Travel. New Image Travel provides motor coach charter service to the United States and Canada with pickup within a 150-mile radius of Evansville. A full list of New Image Travel's offerings can be found online at newimagecharter.com. New Image Travel can be reached toll-free at 1-800-432-6213. New Image Travel, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
The Tri-State Area Marathon service stations are proud supporters of the Evansville Otters. Marathon has over 5,100 Marathon-branded stations nationwide, and a full list of area Marathon stations and a list of daily gas prices are available online at mymarathonstation.com. Marathon provides products which support commercial, industrial, and retail operations. Marathon's slogan is Fueling the American Spirit.
A special message here with the pitching change in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Darryl Thompson comes on for the Schaumburg Boomers in relief of Joe Hauser, who, although the line isn't pretty, you got to hand it to him. He grinded 7 1/3, 7 hits right now on the hook for 7 runs, plus the 2 men on base. 5 walks and 4 strikeouts, and Darryl Thompson is going to be on for the Schaumburg Boomers to come in here. Thompson having a fine season, 3-0 with a 3 flat ERA. Southpaw, 6'4", 185 pounds.
Jace, I don't want to say nothing, but I won the bet. 4,000 people.
You did?
And you said 32. And
I was way off.
Oh, yes. I mean, I got the eye. I had the eye.
What was the final total?
4,096.
4,096, not too shabby.
Yeah.
David Cronin at the plate, 2 on, 1 out. Otters lead by 3. Thompson's first pitch out of the pen. Fastball misses off the inside corner, 1-0.
I think everybody came to see the helicopter. That's what it was. And one of my nephews flew in that helicopter, an Humphrey.
Third baseman Towns playing in on the grass. Cullen at second, Gould at first. The 1-0 to Cronin. Breaking ball sweeps across the outside part of the plate end. Thompson from the set. The leg kick the pitch. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Cronin chased the pitch at his letters. Popped in and out of the mid of Miller. 2-1.
Would you say he was going for a second home run?
Oh, potentially.
I mean, he really took a cut at that. If he was chopping wood, he would have felled the whole tree.
One out, bottom of the seventh. Otters in front by 3, but haven't scored since the second inning when they scored 4 in the first, 3 in the second. 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Cronin late on the heater, 2-2.
Yeah, another overswing, power swing.
Break-even pitch. Fastball inside, and that clipped the jersey of Cronin on the way by. For the second straight night, the Otters catch a big break with 2 on and a 2-strike count on a hitter. Yesterday it was Whiting getting clipped down in the count 0-2. Now it's Cronin. A piece of his jersey gets touched by the ball. He gets first base, and the bases are going to be loaded here with 1 away for Ryan Long.
That's the 4th batter that's been hit tonight. And I know last night we had a batter or 2 hit as well.
Bases juiced, 1 away for Long. Hitless tonight, but he smoked a ball out to center his last time up. Left on left matchup. Thompson's first offering. Slider ends up downstairs, had the plate but not the height, and it's 1-0.
Ryan Long's been the most unlucky ball player insofar as slamming the bat or slamming the ball with the bat, but not getting any hits.
Catcher sets up outside. Thompson deals the pitch. Hits his target, glides it over the outside corner, 1-1. Corners are playing in for Schaumburg, hoping to cut off the run. Middle infield back, looking to turn 2. Men at every base for the Otters, up by 3, but looking to extend their advantage. Thompson set, uncorks the 1-1. Swung on and missed, Long out in front, foul tipped it into the mid of Miller. Down in the count here, 1-2.
I don't know if Ryan was weary of that or not. If you notice, he took more of a step toward first base and took a desperation swing rather than a good swing.
Chokes up on the bat. Thompson set. And before he can fire the pitch, time is called. The umpire came out to warn Thompson that time had been called, but he went through with the pitch anyway, all the way to the backstop and nearly struck the umpire.
Yeah, you know, I think the pitcher should continue throwing the ball even when the umpire jumps out like that, because that's when a pitcher could get hurt. You know, he's halfway through and stops. Somehow he could pull a muscle or tendon or whatever.
Still 1-2 on Long. Serves up the pitch. Slider in the dirt, blocked by Miller just behind the plate. Cullen thought about taking off, but Miller jumps on it to hold Hunter at third, 2-2.
You know, I don't want to bet no money, but here we got the bases loaded. And if anyone's got the power to hit one out, it's Mr. Ryan Long. And it would be ironic, if he was to hit one out for a grand slam. I mean, this would be unbelievable. I would say the Otters would be in the playoffs if that happened. I really do.
2-2 on Long, corners in, bases loaded. The break-even pitch, swung on and missed, the heater by Long. Cuts on and misses, the second out in the inning. Bases stay loaded for Travis Harrison. And nobody's warming in the bullpen. And seeing that Harrison, a righty, stepping to the plate, they're going to have to leave Thompson in. Just trying to formulate their attack plan for Harrison, who's 1 for 2 tonight.
I don't know what you could be out there talking about, to be honest. The bases are loaded. You got 2 outs. Got a right-hand batter. The only thing I could say, Sam, would be, hey, let's give this guy nothing good to hit. That's all.
Harrison has walked twice in this ball game. Also an RBI single and scored in the second and struck out to end the 6th. Cullen at third, Gould at second, Cronin at first. 2 away. Otters in front 7-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Left on right matchup. Thompson set at the letters. A light kick the pitch. Breaking ball down low, 1-0.
I think the way this guy delivers, he's a menace to left-hand hitters because he's coming at, way from first base side. And he could be intimidating.
The 1-0 swung on and missed. Harrison with a nice swing, but can't connect on the inner third, 1-1.
What's his record, this guy that's up there?
3-0 with a 3 even ERA.
Okay.
One pitch. Fastball called, strike 2 on the outside corner, or thereabouts at least according to Travis Harrison. Displeased with the call, but it's 1-2.
Travis had a pretty close call there at first base yesterday when he thought he was safe, and he had a few words with the umpire. That's the umpire behind home plate.
So they got a touch of history,
yeah,
I would suppose. One and two on Harrison. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th. The pitch. Hit well in the air to left field, but right at Zach Weigel. A few steps over to his left. He puts it away. And a left fielder puts the squeeze on it to end the inning. Otters load the bases, but can't bring anybody home. We'll go to the 9th. It's Mitch Aker time, trying to close it out. Otters lead 7-4 as we go to the 9th here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krookemeyer and Kahn.
Hi, this is Joe Townsend from JMT Restoration. We are proud to be a sponsor of the 2016 Frontier Champion Evansville Otters. If you ever have a mold or water restoration issue in your home or business, give us a call at 812-205-5384. JMT Restoration Service, where professional work meets affordable pricing. Remember, go Otters!
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Chapter 16, would like to take time to say, Go Otters! The IBEW Local 16's jurisdiction includes 13 counties in southwestern Indiana, as well as Wabash County in Illinois. Its members are divided into several categories of electrical work, including inside construction, maintenance electric, residential wiring, and sign classifications. More information on IBEW Local 16 can be found online at IBEW16.net.
The Hoosier Lottery began selling lottery tickets on October 13, 1989. Since then, the Hoosier Lottery has offered hundreds of different games, awarded prizes to millions of players, and given billions of dollars to the state of Indiana. The Hoosier Lottery's mission is to responsibly provide innovative and entertaining lottery games for the benefit of the citizens of Indiana. To learn more about the Hoosier Lottery, visit them online at HoosierLottery.com. The Hoosier Lottery, a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball.
To the top half of the 9th inning we go. It's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4 here from Bosse Field. Mitch Aker is on in the 9th to try and close it out. It will be his first save since back on July 28th, so just over a week. Last pitched an inning of scoreless ball against the Joliet Slammers in the finale of that series on the 2nd. Mitch 1-4 in the season with a 3.19 ERA. This will be his 26th appearance on the season. 17 saves, 25 in the 3rd innings, 25 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 21 hits allowed for the 6'2" righty from Vienna, Virginia, where he played for William and Mary. He's going to have the middle of the order against the Schaumburg Boomers to try and wrap this one up and give the Otters their 2nd straight win in the series victory, which would be their first in exactly 1 month. The last time the Otters won a series was July 3rd to the 4th at Lake Erie. A month to the day, they can try and make it their first since then. Weigel leads it off from the left side. Aker into his wind, the first pitch. Misses downstairs, 1-0.
That's a long time between winning a series.
Weigel, left-handed batter, 1 for 3. Doubled his last time up. The 1-0 delivery.
Strike.
Fastball on the outside corner, and the count's even at 1. Weigel, Godfrey, and more here in the 9th inning. Schaumburg trailing 7-4. Aker gets his sign, kicks and delivers the 1-1. Fastball pops the mitt, sizzles in on the outside corner at the knees. Perfect pitch from Aker, 1-2.
I tell you what, Sam, and that crowd is still here. I mean, this is a really good crowd here tonight, 4,000. And, I mean, they're staying to the end.
Aker ready on the mound, serves up the 1-2. Fastball tails outside. Weigel not enticed. Still 2-2.
I'd say bring the kids out tomorrow, fans, because it's a 2 o'clock game and school starts next week. So not going to have many chances of bringing the kids.
Whiting sets up down low. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball inside. Nearly gets Weigel on the way by. But he jackknifes out of the way, and the count's full, 3-2, opening up the 9th. Evansville leading 7-4. Aker's 3-2 pitch. Fastball chopped on the ground out to short. Gould charges, gloves, throws to first in time to get Weigel for the first out of the inning.
That's a pretty close play there at first base. Slow high chopper there to the infield. But we'll take it any way we can.
Aker does not have exactly fond memories of pitching against the Schaumburg Boomers. Took his first loss in the season back at Schaumburg in the finale of that series, going an inning in 2/3. First pitch now to Sean Godfrey, a fastball above the belt for ball 1. Pitched in the finale, an inning in 2/3, only gave up 1 hit, but it was the final hit of the game, a walk-off home run.
Oh boy.
To Kenny Towns. Now it's Sean Godfrey, the right-handed hitter, the 1-0. Aker tries to snap off a breaking ball, but it hangs high, 2-0. 1 out, top of the 9th. The Otters leading 7-4 here from Bosse Field. Looking to claim the series victory and set up a chance for a sweep tomorrow. 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Aker able to paint the edge, 2-1.
How many sweeps have we had this year? We haven't had many.
We have swept 1 team.
Yeah, that's it.
Southern Illinois Miners just over a month ago here at Bosse Field.
Yeah, that's right.
At the end of June. 2-1 pitch. Fastball inside. Started on the inside corner, but tailed further towards the back foot of Godfrey, and it's 3-1. The center fielder for the Boomers, 0 for 4 tonight. Struck out in his last 2 at-bats. But ahead in the count here, 3-1. Aker serves up the pitch. Fastball right there on the outside edge. Aker runs the count full for the second straight hitter.
We took 3 out of 3, but now the little Napoleon, he's got his team up there fighting for a playoff spot.
Count full on Godfrey. Aker cranks and deals the payoff pitch. Hit hard on the ground to short. Gould ranges up the middle, gloves, spins, throws to first. In time to get Sean Godfrey. A nice play by J.J. Gould traversing up the middle. The pirouette in a 1-hop strike to get Bush for the second out of the inning.
I was going to say the same thing, that pirouette, but you beat me to it. His pirouette was better than the other pirouette.
And now the Boomers down to their final out in the 9th. It's Ty Moore. 1 for 3 this evening. Evansville leading 7-4. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Moore, the left-handed hitter, stands in. Aker, the Otters closers, first pitch. Breaking ball just outside for ball 1. Four runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Boomers. 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Otters. Looking to claim their second straight from the defending champions. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball again, misses down low. 2-0 on Moore. Moore, left-handed batter, crowds the plate. Aker peers in for his side, nods yes. Takes a deep breath, goes into his glove. They'll wind up the pitch. Ooh. Fastball pushes Moore off the plate, down and in. That fastball had a little life to it. 3-0. On deck, Kenny Towns, the man who did hit that walk-off solo home run against Aker back at Schaumburg on June 14th. 3-0 on Moore, the pitch. Fastball misses down and away. Moore draws the 4-pitch walk and will play on for at least one more hitter. Kenny Towns stepping to the plate.
See, there was a different approach to pitching to Moore from Medic to this young man, whereas Medic was pitching inside. And
Aker comes set on the mound, runner at first. From the stretch, his first pitch to Towns. Pours over a fastball for strike 1. It's Evansville 7, Schaumburg 4 here in the top half of the 9th inning. Runner at first, that's Moore for the Boomers, and Towns the hitter. 1 for 4 tonight. Right on right matchup. A 1 pitch. Fastball popped up off the hands, first base side. Bush going after it, and the first baseman hauls it in right in front of the warning track for the final out of the game. Mitch Aker slams the door shut here on the top of the 9th. The Otters have won 2 in a row. They've taken the series from Schaumburg and will go for the series sweep tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Final score here from Bossy Field. Fastball Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4. We'll take a quick break and be back with the Bush going show and recap your final from Evansville. It's the Open and the Boomers 4 here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.
I'm Billy Bolin, and I want to share some exciting news with you about Mickey's Kingdom. Back in 2004, our community came together to build Kids Kingdom, and I'm proud to say our community is coming together again. This September, we're going to build a larger, better, and more accessible playground for people of all abilities, including a swing and merry-go-round that accommodate wheelchairs. The original playground was 12,000 square feet. Mickey's Kingdom will be 20,000 square feet, have a poured-in-place rubber surface, and will climb higher in the air. If you would like to learn how you can help, please visit our website at Mickey's Kingdom, downtownevansville.com.
GD Ritzy's is a proud supporter of Evansville Otters baseball. GD Ritzy's menu features hamburgers, grilled chicken sandwiches, old-fashioned peanut butter and jelly, and ice cream. With 3 Evansville locations: west at 4810 University Drive, on the north side at 4320 North First Avenue, and on the east side at 601 North Green River Road. GD Ritzy's is open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. GD Ritzy's, a proud supporter of the Evansville Otters.
The 4th Annual Blues on the Rock Music Festival will take place on Sunday, September the 2nd at the Rockport City Park in Rockport, Indiana. There'll be regional and national blues acts, food vendors, an over 21 beer garden, and with children's activities, there'll be fun for the whole family. Sponsored by the Association for a Better Rockport and the River Basin Blues Society, advance tickets are on sale 812-686-0012. For more information, visit evansvilleblues.com.
For the second straight night, the bats show out. The Otters have some good pitching, and they defeat the Schaumburg Boomers. The final score here from Bossy Field, it's Evansville 7 and Schaumburg 4. The Otters have won their first series in exactly 1 month. and it could not have come at a better time when the top two teams in the division, Normal and River City, both pick up victories. The Otters keep pace and will stay at 3 games back of the division, but possibly moving up a little bit with Southern Illinois losing, Gateway currently down, and Florence losing as well. We'll get to those scores later, though. Here from Bosse Field, your final line scores for Schaumburg: 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For Evansville, 7 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error in this one. Spencer Medic picks up the win, his 3rd on the season. Joe Hauser takes the loss. Mitch Aker the save, his 18th of the year. And for the Otters, win number 34 in the season. They're now at 34-36. Schaumburg falls to 36-35 on the campaign. And Bill, you just looked up and down the lineup. The Otters got it done. They scored 7 runs in the first 2 innings, shut out from there. But when they had the opportunities, they struck.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, having 4 hits, batters and a couple of walks really helped the Otters in those early innings. Well, I shouldn't say early innings, in the first 2 innings. And then you had 2 key hits by Bush and Gardner, and that really was the game in itself. Other than that, I couldn't believe how Hauser stayed after those first 2 innings. I couldn't believe that he stayed in the game, but yet he pitched brilliantly after that. So I'll tell you what, baseball's a game of inches.
And for Evansville, from the 3rd inning on through basically the 8th inning up until they had the bases loaded with 1 out in that frame, they didn't have too many chances, but that really didn't matter because when they did have the opportunities in the first 2 frames, they struck while the iron was hot. They put the boomers down when they could. 7 early runs is nice. It let Spencer Medic settle in. He ended up giving up 4 runs, but when the team's already got 7 on the board, you feel a little bit more wiggle room, and that leads the Otters to the victory, and they'll go for the sweep now tomorrow night.
I can remember back in 1987 when when the Red Sox were in the World Series, and I used to cover the Red Sox, and I remember they won many, many, many ball games, and the score was like 13-10. So the Otters giving up 4 runs tonight with 7 in their own pocket, it's not bad, as long as you have more runs than the other team.
Exactly, and speaking of runs, we'll take a look around the Frontier League scoreboard very quickly. Lake Erie tops the Florence Freedom for the 2nd consecutive night, so the Otters gained some ground there. The Crushers winning 7-5. Southern Illinois, they had a lead going into the 7th. 4-2 at the time, but Windy City struck for 7 in the frame, and the Thunderbolts end up winning 9-5. Over in Gateway, Joliet right now shutting out the Grizzlies 2-0. And then Normal and River City both picking up resounding victories for the Corn Belters, 15-1 over Traverse City. And then for River City, 14-3 over the Washington Wild Things. Otters will now go for their 2nd sweep of the season. They got their first one over a month ago here at home against the Southern Illinois Miners, so they'll try for the 2nd one here this year here at Bosse Field tomorrow. And in that matchup, it's going to be Randy Wynn, who's already got 1 victory this week for Evansville, up against Chris Powell for Schaumburg. Should be a good matchup here from Bosse Field at 2:05, an afternoon start as always on Sunday. And it's Bark at the Park, so bring out the dog if you feel like it and let them roam around and take in America's pastime. And Bill, that's really all we got. Any closing thoughts? That'll do it here from Bosse Field. Your final score, it's the Evansville Otters 7 and the Schaumburg Boomers 4. Want to say thank you for our producer back in the studio, Paul Mattingly, for everybody who stuck around and listened to this fantastic Otters win here in August on a beautiful Saturday night from Bosse Field. For my partner, Bill McHugh, I've been Sam Jelinek. We'll sign it off here from Bosse Field and rejoin you tomorrow afternoon at about 1:45. This has been our presentation. Bill?
Just for our fans out there, happy birthday, Sam, 22.
I knew you were going to slip it in one more time, and that will be our closing thought. You've been listening to Evansville Otters Baseball here on WUEV 91.5 FM, brought to you by Krukemeyer and Kahn.